Welcome to Talk the Kēki, Matt and Eden.
Konnichiwa!
Minasan, konnichiwa.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the winter finale of Talk the Kēki. We got another two-parter here. A few reviews, but mostly we're giving out Keki Awards for our part one. And then part two is our top 10 and our spring watch list. And we got Starman coming in less than an hour.
Indeed we do. Indeed we do.
Anyway, I'm Matt, and as always, to join me, the Gringo Loco, Ethan. What's up?
Gringo Loco, Jesus Christ! I thought I was supposed to be Ray Papa, and it's Kazuki Papa.
Yeah, Ray Papa. It's Ray Papa time.
Yeah.
What's going on?
How you doing?
Not too bad. We're closing up the big season.
Yes, we are. We are closing up a big season. Hopefully, spring won't be as busy, considering summer is a motherfucker.
Yeah, summer is gonna be the hard one.
That's what she said.
Exactly. But yeah, we're only gonna talk about 4 shows, and then we're just gonna get right to it. I will look up some quick news. Biku Riman is getting a fall anime for 23. Let's see. Pole Princess is getting an anime movie for winter 24. Quintessential Quintuplets. Oh, sorry, that was the April Fool's thing. Windbreaker is getting a TV anime.
That was an April Fool's thing?
Oh, unless it's legit.
I thought it was.
Oh, it could be legit. Yeah. It's true. So. Quintessential Quintuplets is getting a side story.
Which I thought was interesting because Starman always loved quintuplets, and he's like, "How can you give a side story to something that was actually like final, complete?"
Yeah, my friends love it too. So,
yeah.
One more. Tokyo Revengers is getting a season 3.
Of course, why wouldn't it?
With what you call it, the Tenjiku arc.
With bitch ass fucking Takemichi.
The last good arc until it goes downhill.
Is it really?
This is the last arc that actually enjoyed in the manga.
Oh wow! So there'll be a season 4 probably.
Yeah. There'll be a 4. There'll be a 5. So, alrighty. That's really it for the news. Reviews. I got 1 and you got 1 before we do our last 2 together.
Let me go first this time, Matt, since freaking you've gone first the entire season.
And yours is a natural finale, while mine's the beginning of Court 2.
Indeed, true, sir. Indeed,
all
true.
Right. Go ahead, Ray Papa.
Thank you, Kazuki Papa. I love this.
What are we gonna make Starman? Maybe we got Starman do the soundboard for Miri with the Ray Papa Kazuki Papa.
Does he have that uploaded on his shit?
I know.
Where's your soundboard? You have a soundboard.
I do, but I haven't had a second. I've been so fucking busy. I have everything. You
were off for a week last week.
I was in Canada.
Jesus.
I was in Canada. I was busy. I was entertaining guests.
You can entertain yourself on the board instead of between your legs. Shit.
No, God. I'll call Starman tomorrow. That we can get that going. He even gave me some sound samples for the thing to start me off.
Are they various sexual and
no? One of them is Anya.
Oh God, I'd much rather have Miri than Anya. Much rather would have Miri than Anya.
All right. Well, get your finale.
All right. So my finale was the World's Strongest Exorcist, or that's not actually the official title. I always called it the World's Strongest Exorcist, but by definition, it's not. It's fucking the reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world. So that's the official title. Yeah. So I just called it the World's Strongest
Isekai Exorcist.
Isekai Exorcist, right? Isekai Exorcist. OG Exorcist. No, but no, this actually was really good. So good, so much good. It made it to my fucking honorable mentions. That's how solid it ended up.
Yeah, unlike Master Blade.
Yeah, unlike Reborn the Master of the Blade that I fucking hated. If it wasn't for fucking Spy Classroom for me, that would be my fucking disappointment. Oops, there's a spoiler.
Oh my god, it's not even, we're not even 10 minutes in, pal.
We barely 5 in.
Yeah,
No,
what the fuck?
sorry. Go men. As
Now you gotta change it.
Son of a bitch.
Well,
All right,
you're lucky it's our first award, so
there we go. All right, no, but no, it, like I said, it ended up really fucking solid. So basically, the episode starts off. We could skip all like the things. Basically, Amiyu gets arrested, and Seika tries to figure out what he's gonna do. The principal's like, "Don't you go do shit now. I'm doing everything I can within my power, so let me handle it." Okay, what does Seika do? He goes fucking nuts. He summons a fucking dragon. Like he summons one of his dragons, right? And this dragon, he summoned it before and lost control earlier in the season of it, and he barely got it to like go back into its summoning. And he's like so pissed off, he managed to like demand this fucking dragon. He's like, "Hey, am I such a useless master that you dare not look at me?" And the fucking dragon's like, "Oh shit, okay, daddy," and fucking bows before it. And Yuki, which is like the Akashi that's basically been with him the entire time in like a ferret type of form, was like, "Hey, like, are you sure you really want to do this? Like, hey, if you do this, like everybody's gonna know how fucking OP you are." And he's just like, "I don't care. I'll throw it all away as long as the person that I care about is safe," which is very nice. But he proceeds to massacre tens of dozens of fucking people. He goes to the castle and just does his fucking his sorcery and fucking just drops, like, for example, like there's fucking watchtowers of people shooting arrows at him. He summons a fucking boulder the size of fucking Madara's meteor and just dropped it on there. It was fucking nuts. And he summoned some sort of like crazy rat type of like jackrabbit or some shit that had fucking a scythe coming out of its head that sliced up everybody, and he burnt everybody alive with white fire. Like, it was savage. He fucking went off. And so he arrives to where Amiyu is located, burns the bars of her cell, and she's like, "Hey, Amiyu, let's go." Keep in mind, before this, an unidentified figure came and gave her a blanket because she was cold and whatever in the cell. So she's like, "Hey, let's get out of here." And Amiyu's like, "No, well, if you you should go back, like whatever, like just leave me here. I have faith that I'll be all right." And Seika's like, "No, you're gonna die." And she goes, "Huh?" She's like, "You're the hero." "Huh?" "Yeah, you're the hero. They want you dead." And at this point, as soon as they come in, Fiona, which is the goddess who I had mentioned earlier in the season, who can basically see the future, and Glai come, and they have a conversation. And so Fiona is like, "Hey, like, I'm here to, answer your questions in good faith before you make any decisions." Okay. And so Seika humors her and starts asking questions like, why do you guys want to kill Amiyu so bad? And she goes, basically, in this generation, it's been several hundred years since we had the hero and the demon lord. And in this current iteration of the world, we don't need either force, because basically that's the story. The story is always going to be the hero faces the demon lord. And we've achieved peace between the demon society and human society. So we don't need either of you in this society at this particular stage, followed by the fact that Amiyu, on top of that, won't ever reach the stage of any of the previous heroes because of the fact that you exist and you are protecting her, which is and Seika, I don't think, still realizes that he's the demon lord, like was revealed in the penultimate episode. Like, he still doesn't realize that. So they're saying, like, because you're protecting her, you're not going to allow her to face adversity. Because she's not going to face real adversity, she can't grow to the level of the other heroes. And so Seika's retorts back, like, "So what if she doesn't?" And basically Fiona can see Seika's plan, because Seika's original plan when the anime first started was that he wants to have like powerful heroes and powerful people surrounding him, so he didn't have to do all the heavy lifting. He could just be like, like, he could kind of live his life, do his thing, and not have to worry about being the one that's relied upon. But basically this twist is saying, like, hey, because you're so OP, nobody can really help you the way you want, and it's going to be up to you at the end of the day to save everybody. And so he retorts back, like I said, just so what if I can't save her? What if I can't use her? I don't care. She's still my friend. I'm going to save her. So fuck your opinion. I'm going to save her. And so she's like, "All right, well, I'm afraid, you'd say that, whatever." And so she tries to pull out the card because there was a bet earlier, again, like 2 or 3 episodes ago, and he lost the game of chess. And basically, she's like, the loser had to do something the winner had wanted, like anything the winner wanted. And he goes, "I'm sorry, I can't honor that request right now. I truly apologize, but this is what I'm gonna do." And so he's like, "All right, well, I knew you were gonna say that. Whatever. Here's a carriage full of food and provisions and money, so you can escape to the other town." But in essence, then they become basically expelled from the school. They can't return back given the circumstances, and so they're like, "All right, let's escape." But beforehand, Seika basically says, "I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. I couldn't honor your request to stop this. But here, as a token of good faith, let me do something for you." And he uses his powers and basically revives everybody he killed. He sets everything back more or less in time, and everybody's revived. And it's like, oh shit. And then fucking Fiona gets mad. She's like, "Why did you do that? You just made my life harder. I was going to tell everybody that a powerful demon came and attacked us, but no, you brought them back to life. Good fucking job." So that made me chuckle. But basically, they go on to the other town and they basically start to live their lives as adventurers. But as they're leaving the castle, as dawn breaks, a weird, unknown, like dark figure comes from Fiona's like shadow and says, "Oh, Fiona, who is that man? That was a very powerful man. I've never seen anybody like him." And she goes, that's this generation's demon lord." And he goes, "The demon lord is helping the hero? Why is that?" And they're like, "Because the demon lord thinks that the hero is someone that's very precious to him." And he goes, "That's all?" And she goes, "Yeah." And he's like, "Unlike past demon lords, Seika is bound to basically use his powers for good and for for the better good, for the good of his friends and family. That's Seika's nature, and that's who he's going to be defined as, despite the fact that his path at the end will lie in ruin."
Right.
And she goes, or the spirit goes, okay, retreats back. The episode concludes basically with them. They're living in the new town. Like, they're trying to start their lives as adventurers. Aoife and Mabel are wondering, like, what's going on? I hope they're okay. Da da da. So Fiona writes them and lets them know where they're at. And then I guess during a break, they all reconvene and they all like meet up and they're happy. And it's a joyous reunion. And they, I guess, I can't say fight off. I was gonna make a fight off joke like Cornette, but they just basically live on.
They fought off.
They live on, I guess. So I mean, they left the season open ended enough to where they could do a season 2. I would like for them to do a season 2. Like I said, this finale I thought was relatively strong. It gave us a little bit to hope for. It gave us a little bit of like clarification in terms of things. But it still leaves more questions. But like I said, it was a solid finale. I rounded it up to a 4 out of 5, a very weak 4 out of 5. In its true definition, it's probably a 3.75 for me. But regardless, I think it made enough of impression to make my honorable mention list. So I thought that was pretty solid.
Okay. All right. Mine is the beginning of Core 2 for Vinland Saga. So you know what happens when we get a new core, Ethan?
What happens, Matt?
We get a new OP.
All right.
And it's fucking banging.
It's a banger. It's a humper. As the
it's
kids
a fucking
say.
Banger already. I love it. I'll send it to you later.
All right. Can't wait.
All right. Basically, we start with fire already. A former slave has burnt the house down that he was living in and killed the master there.
Oh, okay.
I was like, okay, this guy looks like a badass. His name is Garter. And he's looking for his wife, Arnheid, the slave in the other farm that Einar likes.
Okay.
So I was like, ooh, okay. So we get that part, and then we go back to the farm. Torvin and Einar, they're talking about what they're going to do when slavery's over. And Snake, he realizes that the old master isn't at the farm. Like, he isn't at the house. Because so he wants to go look for. He goes to look for his grandfather to find out that the grandfather is passed out. He's overworked. Because again, he's old. He shouldn't be overworking himself.
Damn it, G-chan.
He chooses to. So,
dang it, G-chan.
Yeah, exactly. OG. Oh, sorry, GG. Sorry.
GG. Damn it, GG.
Yep. So yeah, so Snake, Torfin, Einar, they take him back to the house to get him rested up, and of course, Gigi is stubborn as hell. He's like, "I'm fine," and all this. He doesn't need help. He's a stubborn old man. He likes to work. He's gonna die on that farm. Damn it.
He's a stubborn son of a bitch.
Exactly. And so now the slave Arnhide is now assigned to serve the grandfather, and now it's the master of land Kettle.
Okay.
Because again, he shouldn't be doing anything.
Okay.
So that's going on. She tries to feed him. He gets embarrassed. He's like, "I'm not hungry," because he doesn't want to be fed. He doesn't want to seem weak.
Okay.
But of course, his fucking stomach's rumbling. They're all laughing. They're laughing at the old man.
Aw. Poor Chichan.
So he gets a little embarrassed. Where he just glares at Torf. He's like, "Why are you laughing, boy?"
You laughing
like,
at
sorry.
Go man.
Exactly. So it's nice to see Torfin laughing after being depressed for the first half. Snake, one of Snake's men, tells him that what happened at the other farm with the guy escaping, basically killing the master and burning the place down.
Okay.
So those guys are going to try to find him.
Okay.
They do, and these guys get their ass kicked.
Ba-bang.
Ba-bang. So you don't see what happens to them. So we go back to the farm again.
Mm-hmm.
Einar is talking to Arnhide, and Torfin gets distracted by Snake reading the Bible to the grandfather because, again, it's a Christian land.
Mm-hmm.
And Torfin never really heard this shit, so he's like listening to it and all this. Like something that there was a passage there, I guess, that just spoke to him, basically.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what's going on? They see a horse running down in the middle of the night. It's the fucking runaway. It's fucking Garter. He's ready to kill people. Arnhide recognizes him. Like, that's my husband, basically. Shouts at it. But she doesn't say it like that. She does. She knows who he is, and basically just screams his name. The horse stops.
Very random thought. When you see a horse riding in the night, do you ever think of the headless horseman? I always think of the headless horseman.
Like
whenever I think of
Hollow,
like
a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, right? I can't be the only one that thinks of the headless horseman whenever I see horse riding in the nighttime.
Yeah. So the horse stops. Garter hops down. He's like, "I found you," like his wife.
Yeah.
So he's there. There's trouble there, along with King Canute coming, basically to take over the whole farm. He didn't show up yet. He will soon. Mm-hmm. Shit's going to go down. So we get that cliffhanger to start off Court 2.
All right.
So I fucking can't wait.
Can't wait.
I can't fucking wait. Let's go.
All right.
Alrighty. Now, our last two finales.
Two very good ones.
Yeah, Tokyo Revengers.
Wait, I thought we had three. Was it not? I thought it was Tomo.
We did Tomo.
We did Tomo. Oh, then I have.
We did Tomo.
My bad. I fucked up.
Yeah. We did Tomo already. So we got.
Oh.
We only got two.
All right, I can delete it now. All right. Anyway, let's go.
Basically picked up where we left off, where Mikey died in Takemichi's arms.
He's dead as fuck.
Yep. Well, headshot and all this. Takemichi's like he's pissed off. He's angry.
Yep.
We don't see it though, but we're back in the past.
Yep. Who the fuck is at my door?
Who's at your door?
Who the fuck is at my door? Oh, nani kore? Nanda sore?
The call is coming from inside the house.
No. Oh, somebody hung something up on my door. Probably just one of those like, hey, we can clean your house or whatever.
Okay. So yeah, we don't show them like going back, but we are back in the past. We see Chifuyu. He's walking down to the park, and he sees Takemichi punching a tire.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, "Hey, buddy, what the fuck you doing?" type of thing. And Takemichi's talking about how he's like trying to get stronger. He's like, "What are you doing here? Like, you called me here. You told me to come over." And then again, Takemichi's like, he wants to get stronger because he fucked up the past. Well, he fucked up the future again. So Chifu knows that it's Takemichi from the future.
Yes.
So basically, Takemichi wants to learn how to fight, and he thinks the best way to do that is to punch this tire.
By the way, I'm very glad that we don't see like Takemichi like from like the present. Like he must be like a complete and absolute imbecile and idiot.
Yeah.
And my other thought process is, why doesn't he just fucking stay? Why doesn't he just stay in this life? Is that explained? I guess, and that's why you're saying that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But basically, Chief U's like telling like that's nonsense type of thing, and he sees his fists are bleeding.
Yup. He's going
And
brutally on that fucking tire, bro.
yeah, he was punching it all day.
All day.
Yep. And then he finally gets him to stop.
And he starts crying like he normally does.
Yep. And he eventually explains to Chiefy what happens. And now Chiefy's like, oh man, he killed me? That motherfucker.
Right? That piece of shit.
It's like, well, no other option. I'm gonna have to fight him, basically. So he's the only one that has the balls to fight it because he knows, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna die, but I'd rather die this way than a gunshot.
Right.
I'd rather go down swinging.
Right.
While that's going on, we see Kisaki talking to a newcomer, a new gang coming down the fields.
He looks badass as fuck too.
Yes, you'll get to him soon. But yeah, Tenjiku. But basically, Kisaki, he joins that gang. Basically, he's like, "What? Like, why do you want to join?" And of course, it's for revenge.
Revengey.
Yeah, this all happened while Takebi's talking about we have to get Kisaki back in the group.
Shaking my head.
That don't work for me, brother.
That don't work for me, brother.
Yeah, that's what he basically said.
That's hilarious.
So because of this, this gang in Yokohama, they're gonna clean house. They want to destroy Toman because Kisaki told them to.
Basically. Which makes you wonder, like, are there that many gangs that aren't Yakuza in Japan? Or is
Bash asked me that when we were watching this.
Right?
I was like, I'm pretty sure there are somewhere, but we haven't seen them because we were there when there was no school, so we don't know. We just see these delinquents.
Do these kids ever go to school?
I mean, for half a day, sure.
I mean, I know Draken doesn't probably go to school.
Yeah, at the lunch break, they just don't go back to school, I guess.
The fuck? How did these kids pass?
GEDs.
Seriously, the fuck?
That's all I can think of. These fucking GEDs. I'm sure there was plenty of them back in the day.
I know Japan is known for racism, not hoodlums. Fuck.
Yeah, I can't speak for now, but Jesus. So of course, fucking Takemichi's friends, they're walking down. They bump into one of these gangs, and they want to pick a fight.
Of course. Because they're high and mighty now that they're fucking part of Toman.
Yeah, the first division.
Yep.
So how'd that work out, Ethan?
They got the shit kicked out of them.
Yep. Well, two of them go to the bathroom or something like that? They weren't with
them. They got their ass kicked.
Yeah.
They got their ass kicked and they managed to escape. Akun got fucking beat the fuck up.
Somehow. And basically
he got beat up like used pussy.
Yeah, basically while that's going on, Chifu talks to Takemichi. Oh yeah, there's this gang from Yokohama coming and they're gonna clean out Toman. That's what I've been hearing. And wouldn't you know who won the pony? They're right there.
Wouldn't you know who won the pony? I would love a pony.
No.
Wouldn't you love a miniature pony? I think that would be so fun.
And that'd be so expensive.
How expensive is it to own a pony?
Well, I think
Google.
I think just after, like, the grooming supplies, washing supplies, feeding them.
Google. How much does it cost to own a miniature pony? Survey says, images.
I don't have any information about that.
Thanks,
but
Google.
I found something similar. Do you want to know what does it cost to own a horse?
No, thanks. Miniature horse price. To keep a miniature horse, it says miniature horses on average cost between $800 to $5,000. How much does it cost to own? Cost to feed. Oh, it typically costs about $25 a month to feed a miniature horse. Okay.
How much?
$25 a month. Cost of living. To keep your mini horse on your property, you can expect to pay around $50 to $150 a month. That includes the cost of barn maintenance, shavings, and additional supplies.
It's like $200 a month.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It's not terrible though.
That's not a terrible thing, right?
I thought it'd be like $1,000.
Yeah, it says on average it'll cost $100 for routine checkups and vaccines a year. And it said miniature horses also prone to teeth problems, so they may need their teeth flossed, so it can cost anywhere from $60 to $100 a month. So it adds up over the course of time, but as a base, it's not bad to own a miniature pony. How long do miniature ponies last? How long do they live for? That's another question. You don't want to buy this thing and then die 3 years from now. Hey Google,
Hello,
what's the average life expectancy of a miniature horse?
35 years for a pony lifespan.
On the website idaofallsidaho.gov, they say lifespan 25 to 35 years, special adaptations, basically tiny horses. Do you want a little more context?
No, thank you.
That's not terrible.
Dude, that's not bad at all.
Huh?
I would love to own a miniature horse now. That's going to be one of my goals. Is to own a miniature fucking horse.
Well, then you gotta start building a stable, pal.
Oh, we gotta get some land, pal.
Yep, I got the land.
Wouldn't that just be wild? Like you pull up to a house and you just see a fucking horse just eating in the front yard.
There's plenty of horses by where I live, so.
Oh well, there you go.
Yep.
I'm gonna buy a horse and send it to you, Matt.
All right, sure.
We're gonna name it Chin Chun Maru.
Yeah, then you gotta send me half the money every month.
You're right.
But yeah, let's move on. We're getting on track. The Tenjiku gang, they see Chifu and Takemichi at the station. Like, hey, are you from Toman? And Takemichi froze, but Chifu called out to him. He was like, oh, I guess you are. Well, we're gonna kick your ass. But of course, Chifu holds him off.
No, that wasn't the case. No, you incorrectly said it. So basically, they asked, are you from Toman? And he's like, he froze. And then they pull out Akun, and they're like, oh, this guy's from Toman. And Akun.
Oh, that's right. He says his name. That's right.
Yeah, he was gonna take one for the team. Akun was gonna take one for the team, and fucking idiot Takemichi is like, Akun.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I thought it was the other way around. My bad.
Idiot. You idiot, baka.
Yeah, because this is the story we're getting where they want Takemichi quote unquote quits.
Is this where it is?
Essentially, because it happened around here.
I thought it was a few years like past. Because if you notice, Draken had a new hair. He had like a new hairstyle. Like he had stopped dyeing his hair. And
right.
What's his face? Mikey had gotten the tattoo, which Mikey's still tattooless at this stage.
Right, that's like, he quit, but I think Mikey was trying to get him back, and they were trying to tell him, "Hey, don't."
Yeah,
like he doesn't quit right away, but I think this is where it leads up to him thinking this.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because fucking Kisaki. But Chifu, he starts to fend him off while Takemichi and the rest of the gang run.
Right,
they run for quite a while. But Takemichi, he's like, I can't in good conscience let this happen.
Yes.
So he tells them to leave while he goes to find Chifu.
Yes.
And of course, they follow him.
They found him. Like, look at this idiot. He came back to us. Let's kick his ass.
Yep. So, like Takemichi's like, he's about to get ready to fight. Nope. The gang's all here. They all want to fight together. Yep. We don't see Takemichi fight, but it seems like he does for a little bit, but it's not enough. Mm-hmm. And they're all on the ground. We hear footsteps. Mm-hmm. The gang splits apart. Mm-hmm. It's Kisaki.
It is.
And
the final words of the season are, yo, hero.
Yep, and cliffhanger.
That's a good fucking cliffhanger.
Because, again, it's the same words as last time. You call him the hero at the end of season 1.
Yeah.
And it happens again.
I swear he travels back in time too.
There's another. It's not him.
Somebody we know or somebody we don't know yet.
You know him.
Well, you know him.
Yes.
And he travels back in time to fuck up Takemichi's plans. Okay.
No, I can't say that.
Okay. I mean, it tells me a lot, but okay.
I gave it 3 3/4.
I gave it a 4.
It's almost there. I wasn't crazy about the first half. I didn't like Takemichi in the good majority of it, but but it's a great setup for season 3.
It is. No, I'm gonna give it a 4 1/4. I gave it 4 on my analyst, but it's a 4 1/4 for me. No. I enjoyed it very much. It just besides Takemichi,
I know what's happening. That's why I can't I know.
Yeah, I get it. But you have a biased opinion. For me, I'm gonna love it. And honestly, you'll probably bitch and eventually convert me into hating it when we get toward the parts that you hate. which was
Yeah.
fine. I'm accepting of that. But
No,
still,
I like it from there, but it's just like they're like, I know, but I know I'm gonna be disappointed later. Like, shut up a bitch.
yeah, but it just depends. Like, I thoroughly enjoy. Like, I totally 100% agree with the entire sentiment that Takemichi is a very weak MC. If we had a category on the Keki list for weakest MC, which might be an idea, if we had that, then you're right, he would win that all day every day. But
Right.
it's everything else that Tokyo Revengers does that makes it such a solid
I know
anime.
it's everything around it.
The plot of
It
to this
does get
point,
you emotionally invested. It's
yeah,
just
it does a good job of everything. Animation is fine. What's it called? Musical composition is very solid. It follows everything, and the story, as you mentioned, it probably goes downhill from there. But for now, the story is very concise, very easy to follow in most ways. It's easy to follow,
right.
and it's unique. It's a very unique show that borders on part shonen, part isekai, part growing of age. Like, there's many facets to the show that make it an endearing show and a show you may want to recommend to people. We'll see how
Right.
that finale that you talk about is so god awful how it ends. But I mean, for
Is
someone
it
who hasn't
something
read the
that
manga,
it doesn't sit right with me. I know it didn't sit right with a lot of people either.
okay, that's fine. So we'll see. Like I said, I don't read the
Yeah.
manga. Don't know.
I'm sure anime watchers will definitely enjoy it more because I'm pretty sure they'll find a way to tweak it a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I have no doubt they'll probably will do that.
Mm-hmm.
But again, just for the people that read it, it's just
Sure.
yeah. And as of it, I was definitely invested, even though parts of it overstayed its welcome, and then it's just what happened.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually an issue with some anime and manga where something really good happens, and the ending is not always.
Is it a happy ending?
It is.
Okay.
It's just how they did it is what I don't like.
Okay.
I'll leave it at that.
All right.
Alrighty, moving on. Our main event for reviews. Buddy Daddies.
This is fucking offensive. This surprised me at how wonderful an end this was.
All right, before we start, I will apologize to it. I called it a Spy Family ripoff. It's definitely not.
I enjoyed this fucking levels more than I enjoyed fucking Spy Family.
I'm not sure about that a little bit. Like,
I'm in the minority, and that's fine.
You could definitely make an argument. I think there's a little bit too much with the tropes of it in the beginning, but I do get it. It ended great. I don't need a season 2.
It doesn't. Not at all.
Where it ended that's all I need. I was satisfied. This is a very satisfying finale.
I mean, you know what I would love? I would love little OVAs, especially with after the finale.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a bit.
Yes, I would love little OVAs. I think that would be nice. But anyway, let's move on.
Let's do this really quick. It's Christmas time.
It is.
And of course, Miri wakes up Ray Papa, the normal way she does, jumping
on his chest and taking his breath away.
Yep. Things don't change. They're all having breakfast together and all this. They're talking about there's something going on at the daycare. Christmas Fiend singing songs. And she's like, is Mama going to be there?
Yep.
And it's like, no, so they're not telling her yet. It's basically she has to take care of something important.
Yeah.
She won't be home for a while.
I want to know if they told.
I'm sure they did. I am sure they did.
And see, those are the questions that I want to know. Like, did they?
I wish they talked about it briefly during the credits.
Yeah,
like at this age, we told her what actually happened.
Yeah, and like, does she know about her parents' lifestyle? What it was before?
That probably not.
You got to think at some point like it's a threat, in some point in life, right?
Well, they also took care of the threat, which we'll get to in a bit.
And did they move far away?
I don't know. I don't think they said what town they lived in.
Yeah, it's near the coast.
Unless it is the same one, but they just agreed to keep their distance from each other.
I don't think it's the same one. I don't think it can be the same one.
Yeah, they didn't say where.
All right, we're getting ahead.
Okay, let's move on. Basically, they dropped up Mary to the daycare. They said, "Oh yeah, we'll be there." This is something that they had to take care of first. So Yeah, Mary goes to daycare. They tell her about the mama not being there, but
Hi.
she's watching over. So we see them driving. Okay, where are they going? They meet Q.
Yep.
Basically, he's like, "Hey, you got the goods?" It's like, "Yep." And you see, it's a bunch of guns.
No, it's not a bunch. It's only 2.
There's a few, but say like they got some guns, they got some clothes.
They got Santa Claus.
Yep, they got Santa Claus for. We'll
and
get to that.
2 Uzis. They gave him 2 Uzis.
2 Uzis, yep. And basically, they're gonna go to the sewer mansion
And have a talk.
They just want to talk. They just want to talk because like I just want to talk to him. And then he's like, you guys might die. We're like, oh no, we aren't gonna do that. We're not gonna do that to her. We're not gonna do that to Mary.
And I laughed. They're like, "Hey, Q, in case we don't come back, Dad, you're gonna come back. Stop making him run your fucking errands."
I was like, I'm not babysitting Mary.
Slams door, drives away.
Yep. I will.
That's a great sayonara for freaking for Q. In the
series. We don't see him again
in the series. That was a great sayonara for Q.
Yeah, but basically, this is as much as I can do for you. Leave me alone, especially if you're gonna quit.
Yeah, for real. Like, all right, we're no longer associated. Get the fuck away from me now.
Yep. So basically, unless there are customers at the cafe, that's it.
I don't even think then, dude.
Yeah, but basically,
loose ends.
Yep, they're driving at the mansion. Ray comes out. He said he's gonna go inside, talk to the father. Kazuki gets blocked off, saying, "Hey, you can't come in. It's a family matter. You're not family."
Yep.
But Ray says, "You know what? Nope, we're doing." Yep, he's my partner. He's my daddy.
Pause there. They're not gay, but do you not get yaoi vibes from, at least in that statement? Like, he's my partner. Like, when he said he's my partner, obviously he's talking about like in their like their dynamic duo of assassins.
They would be like the asexual gay couple. Like, they're there for each other, they care for each other, but they don't see each other that way.
Is that such a thing?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like
that's definitely a thing.
I don't know. That's weird. You know what I read? It's funny. Sidebar, unrelated. I was on Reddit and I was reading about how there was this guy and he's like, romantically, I am not gay, but there's nothing like pounding the ass of a man that has a sweaty back. And I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What
Reddit you on, man?
You don't want to know.
I don't.
But I was like, how is that not gay? That's super fucking gay. Anyway.
Well, straight men have those type of fantasies here and there. Like, everyone's bi-curious.
I've never wanted to ever dabble in any sort of sweaty man's anything.
But not like that. If I kiss a guy or someone just rubbed me, just one pee-pee touch, sure, why not?
Oh, what are we descending into?
Yeah. Shenanigans here. Talk the Kēki. Tomfoolery. There we go.
What is this chicanery? I love that word. They got to use that word. Cody used that word on Monday.
What do you want to talk about?
I know. He said, I know what I want to talk about.
Yeah, that. Like, how the dare you fucking stand in that ring?
I know what I want to talk about. Why the fuck is Vince back?
Yeah.
Damn it, pal.
Oh my god. That was a disaster and a half.
Vince's first thing. How many paralegals do I get assigned?
Come to the buffet.
Eggs.
Yeah. Oh my god. This is gonna be. Oh man, I can't wait for this train wreck though. I hate that he's back, but I can't wait for the train wreck of everything that's going to happen at the same time. We had a good 8 months.
Poor Triple H, dude.
I feel so bad for him. I feel so bad. He tries so hard to get
prestige. When Triple H releases his biography, no matter how old or into wrestling I am, I will 1000% buy it.
No, absolutely. He's gonna talk again. Like, what's he gonna say? I'm sorry, but we're still not going anywhere.
But this is the way
everything's fine.
I swear to God, I will buy $500 worth of his merch wherever he goes. If he gets on the mic and says, I'm going to AEW, drops the mic and leaves.
He could start his own company. He has the money.
And Vince is going to release the talent too.
Yeah, like, hey, come. I will take care of you. Regal will leave again. I want to be there for my non-son.
He should, honest to God, buy like MLW or Impact and then fucking raise them.
He could.
That would be fucking amazing. If
I
Triple
can
H
see-
bought MLW and raised it from the
That's the
dead.
thing. MLW is not growing because all they have is Alex and Fatu. Outside of them, they got nothing.
No, they got nothing. That's why we don't consider them anything. It's not a
Yeah.
major promotion.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to fucking sign Fatu. And I think he's a free agent.
Is he? I thought he signed a long-term deal like a couple years back.
No, I heard he's a
Regardless.
free agent.
Regardless.
But anyway, but
I
let's
would
move
love
on.
that. I would love that. Imagine.
Right?
That's
Oh,
a
God,
great
man.
idea. We should talk about that in the chat. If nobody from the chat is watching right now.
Yeah. We'll
All
talk
right.
about that later. But let's
Mhm.
move on. Basically, the guys didn't like that. Hey, Kazuki's my partner. So they knock these guys out. They don't kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Knock them out. So they're gonna go in with the guns, shoot in their arms, basically not killing anyone. Make sure no one really gets hurt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All that's going on. And who pops up, Ethan?
Where?
Who meets with Kazuki?
Oh, Ogino.
Yeah, who gets a rematch? Ogino.
Ogino versus Kazuki Papa Part 2.
Yep, and
Ogino kicks the shit out of Kazuki.
yeah, again.
Again.
And it's like, oh yeah, do you remember? Do you have any last words finally?
Yeah. And he did
It's
he
like-
did that. He said Mary's last he said he's like, oh, her last words are to it was her daughter, Mary. And he goes, mundane last words for a mundane love. At least she
But
managed to
he's like but yes, like I'm moved by it. Like, but he doesn't show it.
yeah.
Like a mother crying for her child. That it's enough to bring a man to tears if it wasn't me, basically.
Yeah.
And, oh my god, the fight though between like the three of them while Ray and Kazuki
Oh, it
were
was
getting their
good.
asses kicked.
It was good.
It was nice, and
It was good. I mean, they both got their asses kicked, but it was a good it was a good struggle. That's a good wrestling match, pal. That's a good three-way.
Yeah, that was a babyface comeback.
In a half. It rivals Sheamus, Drew, and fucking Gunther at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That's how good it was.
Yeah, poor Gunther, but
Poor Gunther.
no, I don't trust Vince with him.
I think that's one thing Triple H isn't going to budge on. I think he's like, you can have all you want with everybody,
But he's a
they're not going to
future
fuck
star.
Gunther up.
He has to break the record now.
He has to, 100%.
No,
He's got
no,
some
you
survivor
don't want to
skills.
watch fucking Hockey Talk, man, as the guy with the record.
You know, I laughed when Last and Cornette said, you know, just one of those things to pop the boys. He's like, on the day the record's broken, they bring out
Yep.
Honky Tonk Man to face him.
He's the match. Yeah.
He's the match, and then he gets chopped once, and he's like, "Fuck this," and he leaves. Record
No,
broken.
I think he would die if he chopped him.
Honky Tonk Man, if you got
How you have a heart attack in this?
Start chop.
Shake,
No,
rattle,
that's-
and roll.
that's King. That's King. I think King at this point. King should have a no chop rule.
Probably.
Anyway,
Oh, God. But anyway, basically, they get Ogino down, and the fucking pen like stuck, stabs him in the back,
yep.
through the neck.
No, that
As
wasn't
he
a
was-
pen. That wasn't a pen. That was a. Excuse me. That was a kitchen knife.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I thought it was something he was like trying to
You're
write.
thinking of John Wick. You're not thinking of fucking Scotty Daddies.
Oh, but John Wick's so good though.
You seen it, right?
I seen the free. I didn't see the new one.
Oh, you haven't seen the new one? Oh, it's fucking
No.
great.
I know. I heard. I
It's
can't
great.
wait.
Another 5-star performance.
Oh my god.
I can't wait till John Wick 5. And my coworkers are like, oh, we're not going to get John Wick 5. So, like, literally, like 6 hours
Well,
later. I sent them an
we're getting a
article.
spin-off. We're getting a spin-off with John
Well,
Wick.
I sent them a CNN article, and the CNN article said about the spinoff, and it mentioned that they also have John Wick 5. I'll tell you this right now: the end is very open-ended, so
Right.
they
Yeah,
can
I'm sure.
perfectly make a 5. They can perfectly make a 5.
All right, let's move on though. But yeah, the kitchen knife through the neck. It's like
Yeah.
you see his stick, like holy shit.
Yeah, and he's still moving.
Yeah, he was still trying to grab the notepad,
Yeah.
but you know, there was a gas tank there.
No.
Flame.
But no. At first, no. So he got into the neck. He still moved, and then Kazuki. No, it was Ray. Ray kicked him backwards, and the fucking the knife went through his neck. And as he's laying down, gurgling, right? He's gurgling blood, like it's going through his neck. He's gonna die. He reaches over to get the pen, and then the explosion happens. His book dies. Obviously, so does he.
Yeah. Yeah, and then basically like, hey, they're okay, type of thing. One got shot in the foot.
Kazuki got shot in the knee.
Kazuki shot in the foot.
No knee.
And he asked Ray, like, hey, you gonna be okay?
Yeah.
Because everyone's out. Everyone's knocked out.
Everyone's
shot.
done, and he's like, "Oh, let's go talk to your father." And he goes, "Thank you for everything.
but
But
I'm
this
doing
is
it myself.
between me and him. And he's like, "Are you sure you're gonna be all right?" And he goes, "I need you to get the getaway car. I'll be good."
Yeah,
All right,
basically,
motherfucker.
basically start the car.
Yeah, basically.
So yeah, he goes in. We see Ray and the father.
Yep.
It looks like he was about to draw his gun, but Ray shoots his gun out of his hand.
Yep. Shoots him in the arm.
Yep, and he's talking about like, "Hey, leave me alone. Leave them alone. Don't
Yeah.
come near them. I want nothing to do with you. That is
Yeah.
it."
Yeah, and he's like,
And he's talking about how much he learned. He learned everything.
He
He
learned
learned to
everything.
take care of a child. He learned to cook. He learned all this shit.
Learned French toast.
Yep, he learned the French toast. He learned pinky promise.
The ways of the French toast.
Yep. And then he grabs the gun, he shoots himself in the arm, says,
Bang.
"Now I'm useless to you."
Which is bullshit because he could just fucking rehab that.
I know, but I'm saying like basically like that's it. Like, don't come near us again.
Yeah.
And
he starts to turn away, and his father picks up the gun and is gonna shoot him, and Ray continues to walk. Like he's like, do it.
And he stops himself.
And he doesn't do it.
I am so proud of Ray this whole episode.
Oh, honest to God, the biggest growing up was 1000% Ray.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he was for sure the shining star of the series. I think.
Yeah,
Besides Mary, it was Ray.
Yeah, but Ray walks out. He sees the gun shop. Basically knows they gotta get dressed, clean themselves up.
Yes.
Because it's time for the chorus.
Yes.
Miri's doing Silent Night.
And she's depressed a little bit because she doesn't see fucking Ray and Kazuki there.
But eventually, they're there.
Toward the crescendo. They show up. Hi, Meaty, in the back. And she starts singing nice and loud.
Yeah. Lovely. Nice time.
Yes.
They all celebrate Christmas together. They get pictures together.
Yes.
Happy endings all around.
And then we fast forward
10 years.
No, 12, dude.
No, it's 10.
Is it 10? I thought it was.
No, it's 10. She's 14.
Oh, 14.
She's 14.
Oh, I thought they start high school at 15.
No.
Because that was her first day of high school.
No, they start at 14.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, 10-year time skip. Miri's getting dressed. She talks to the picture of her mom.
Kazuki looks kind of cute. Oh, not sorry, because Ray looks kind of cute. No homo. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, and Kazuki has a little facial hair on the bottom.
Yeah, Kazuki's got a beard. He's out trying to pimp bitches now.
Yeah, and yeah, they run a diner.
And they run a diner. Yes, a live-in diner because they live upstairs.
Yep, and yeah, I kind of thought that when Kazuki makes all these years, like, why think they fucking cook? There we go.
There we go.
Now they both are. Then Kazuki's like, why you make just French toast, but learn a new skills? Like, I don't need to. So I'm going to.
It's a specialty. It's a menu specialty.
I perfected. Yeah,
and it looks great. Perfect French
toast. Like cut up like
two fucking bratwurst, like looking sausages, fucking eggs. And what bothered me about this is Miri had 3 bites and then just like, hey, let's take this picture and let's dip.
Yeah, basically.
I'm like, what happened to the rest of the beautiful looking meal?
No, dude, he worked hard on this. That's probably like $14, $15. Come on.
That's a fucking grand slam and a half. You had 3 bites and said, all right, later.
Yeah. She gets it every day. So, but still, the
episode I would love to see, like in a non-sexual way, Miri brings her first boy home.
Oh, Kazuki would kill him.
I want to see that fucking Ova so badly, dude. I want to see that. I want to see the tear-jerking Ova would be her first dance. I think that would be very tear-jerking. And then the comedy of all comedies would be when she brings her first boy home.
Right.
Oh, I would love that.
But yeah, we get the pictures throughout the years.
Yes, and it's a beautiful, beautiful end. Very final. This was such a final end.
Yeah.
That was done so well. So well.
I gave this a 4 1/4.
I give it a 5. I gave it a fucking 5. I was blown away by this end, dude. Like this.
All right.
It was pretty solid where I had it, which was one of my surprises that you'll hear later. But
yeah, we'll get to that later.
Solidified its position in my list. I loved this finale. I ended up loving this season. I just, like I said, that finale just really took it up and over. Like for me, it was a solid 4.5. And I'm like, okay, it's gonna stay at 4.5. And then that finale and just the way everything like ended the way
great
like that could end. And I was like, this was fucking fantastic. How can I was really like upbeat and happy seeing that ending. So I gave it a 5. It's a 5.
That's fair. That's fair. I can respect that.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is it for the reviews.
That is it for the winter season.
Yeah. Also, guys, real quick, I'm not reviewing, but I did finish Onimai. It's great.
You made your list, right?
It did, yeah.
Okay, so you can.
I also gave that 4.25.
Okay, good enough.
But no,
Starman, get your ass in here.
All right, well, we'll talk about the paralegals of Vince McMahon while we wait for him.
No, he said he's got everything queued up. He's like, cue me in. So that was your cue, Starman. Get your fucking ass in here.
All righty.
Let's go. Yeah, you have to need the drum roll on your shit. You need the drum roll on your fucking thing.
Starman.
Not enough size. There he is.
There he is.
I did the same thing you did.
Hey! Oh my gosh, look who she has joined. Talk the Kēki.
I thought you weren't gonna do a mask. I thought you was gonna rock it out.
I can't hear him.
You can't. We don't hear you. The foxes that don't talk. That's kind of useless considering. I hear us in the background.
I hear us.
Oh, you guys are waiting to hear me, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of important, buddy.
What's going on, Legacy?
For those who haven't seen Starman's face, like as when we did our Keki shop last week, there's this handsome man's face. He is a handsome son of a bitch.
That was actually a fox mask, man. I was throwing hints.
I know. I had to. I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist making the Legacy joke.
Fox mask, see. But how you guys doing, man? It's a pleasure to have you.
Well, how you doing, my friend?
When are you gonna have us? You guys, it's a pleasure to have you. When are you gonna have us, bro?
I mean, hey, I'm happy to be here, man. You know how much I was looking forward to like the season finale.
We've been looking forward to this for a long time.
Yes.
I be dipping in, like I leave comments, and I just find out I need to go to YouTube to leave the comments now. So from now on, I go to YouTube to like chime in. But
and where's Chris? Man, my buddy Chris wasn't here yet.
He let you down, buddy.
Oh, we got another guest?
No, not a guest, but he's our constant commentator. Yeah, he constantly comments, and is our friend. He's our friend here at Talk the Kēki. And you are our friends.
Yes, you're all our friends here.
Tomodachi, minasan, Tomodachi.
All right, but we had a great season. We're closing it off.
Yes, we did.
Of course, we're all giving out cakes. We give cakes every year, every season. We're here to do it again.
Yes, we are.
But again, we had so much. It was stacked for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
So my list was like fucking 25, 26.
Woo!
Mine was 24.
Yeah, while I was doing the tier list, I was like, holy shit, that's a lot.
Well, it's what helped was the 3 that fell off, right? The near fell off. What's it called? Demon King Academy fell, and so did Kubo, and presumably all 3 of those, not for Starman because he hated Kubo, but for you and I, Matt, we probably would have included Kubo had it kept going at the pace.
I would have kept Kubo. I would have kept Near, not Misfit.
Yes, same. Really, not Misfit.
Like it wouldn't make it anywhere. It was just very bland. But the last episode is where it started picking up. It's just.
Well, don't forget also that would have been a continuation because they said it was 24 episodes, I believe.
Yeah, but now it's going to be July to the end of the year,
and it's going to fall off. It's going to fall off huge with what the fuck is coming up.
Yeah, with Mushoku Tensei and everything going on in fall.
Yeah,
so that was just
it's going to
bye, basically.
Bye, bitch.
But gentlemen, are we ready?
Yeah, man.
As always, we go Starman, Ethan, myself, and when we do these categories. Let's get started, people. Christmas cake. Disappointment of the season. Starman.
Okay. We're going with like disappointment of the season. Damn. I thought we were gonna do this later, but I heard it early in the show when y'all were talking about it. All right.
Yeah.
So what I have right here.
What you have right here is the winner.
I have some chicken.
All right.
I think we're gonna have some cake. I was like, oh, you literally brought cake on the
Oh man, I didn't buy cake.
I got I just finished eating, but I got a meal prep because I got a lot of stuff going on. And when I I like chicken, I like to season.
This is my first time in a while I've meal prep personally.
I like to season my chicken. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Got some onion powder, a little bit of
okay.
garlic.
Are you gonna eat this chicken on the air?
I mean, it's raw, bro. Like this ain't.
Oh, it's raw. Okay. You're not okay.
Oh,
so
he's prepping it. He's prepping
he's
it.
prepping it.
I'm seasoning the chicken. See, and there'll be a point to this, right? All right, so I'm seasoning this chicken.
I hope there is. What the fuck? We're watching you season a chicken. Okay.
Yes.
Starman can cook, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Well, the reason why
hold on. Chris is here. Hey, Chris. Finishing work.
What
right,
we just started, so we'll get to Spy Classroom. Don't worry.
This chicken represents Amane from Angel Next Door Spoils Me Right.
What?
He's the most unseasoned chicken character I have ever seen in anime.
Oh,
Bro,
he's going with a character. Okay.
No seasoning. Biggest disappointment of the season. Angels Next Door Spoils Me Rotten. Bro, that shit was spoiled. Spoiled milk is what it was. See, I was gonna save this for later in the show, but we gotta come out the gate. Y'all been on for
oh my god, man.
Yeah, so all right, so let's do this. Let's do this.
Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go already.
Man, Amane is unseasoned chicken. He's quite possibly the most uninteresting MC I have ever seen in drama, because if you can't tell, I love rom-coms, but there was no comedy in this. I guess you can call it a rom drama. Don't get me wrong. You know, the first 3 episodes intrigued me enough to watch and see where this goes. I got a chance to meet Amane's parents. You know, and I got, glimpses, and they dangle that carrot of his backstory. You know what I'm saying? So, but ultimately, man, he was just a monotone expressive character. And I'm gonna break it down why. And I gotta break it. All right. He's bland because he has no real personality. And to me, I meant this in a way where, like, he's the avatar for the audience. Amane is intentionally made bland so that anyone with a similar fantasy can envision themselves in this too good to be true world. 2, I don't mind anime escapism. Who doesn't? I mean, who doesn't want to move out of their parents' house and get their own apartment in high school and have a beautiful girl next door literally cook for them? But she was more like a mom than a girlfriend. Let me continue. After dangling the carrot of his childhood trauma for 2/3 of the series, we get back to the story only to learn, this is the kicker, he wasn't bullied. He wasn't beat up. He wasn't even cyberbullied, bro. He wasn't humiliated publicly. He literally was a rich kid that got taken for a ride, man. Boo-hoo. Nobody stole his wallet. They didn't beat him up. He didn't see Yusuke. He didn't see none of the Tokyo Revengers. No Mikey, no nothing. His friends, quote unquote, air quote, friends, just kept guilting him and then paying for shit. So, like, that was the biggest disappointment, that moment, when I thought he had trauma. But really, I'm like, bro, that's your trauma? Your parents rich. And bro, this anime should be called therapy. Everybody needs therapy, bro. One girl got abandonment issues. Then Amane over here just got this self-loathing shit. I mean, I got more, but I'll save it for later. But that is my biggest disappointment, is when we got to the episode where Amane's backstory was revealed, and it was like, I'm like, that's your bullying? That's what prompted your parents to move you into an apartment with an allowance? Bro, that ain't no, like, bro, that's the good life. He literally upgraded because of his circumstances. And I'm like, dog, that was your bullying? That's why? And he couldn't stand up to nobody. Matter of fact, even when that guy was talking shit about them in school, like, what are you seeing him? I was like, bro, that's a good fucking question. And she checked him. I'm like, bro, he checked her for like the first half of the series. So he can check women, but he can't check men. Even in school, when they got up in this shit, he let her do it. Come on, dog. Bro, you're
Thank you for your contribution, Starman. We'll talk to you next time.
I fucking love this though. Holy shit.
I got more, but I'm gonna let you go.
Well, we'll save it for later. We'll get more later. We'll get more later.
That was my biggest disappointment, man. Like, the hype, man. His bullying, nah, bro, that wasn't bullying.
So is it just more of the character that's for you, or just the whole show in general?
I mean, honestly,
because I did that in July with Ayana Koji from Classroom of the Elite. Man,
it was the whole thing, bro. Like, the more I watched, the worse it got. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was hooked the first few episodes, but I ain't gonna lie to you. Once I was like, bro, that's your bullying. I checked out. Honestly, once I got to his bullying, because I really thought he was like was like, dog, like that's some traumatizing shit. He can't even look at people in the eye because he's scared. Like he's scared of dudes. Like he must have got his ass beat, bro. I've been bullied. You know what I'm saying? I had to fight back, but I'm like, dog, you never fought back. You didn't even stand up for yourself. Your parents moved you to a new place so you can get into a new school. You literally never stood up for yourself under any circumstances. Never. Not at the old school, not at the new school. Only person I ever seen him stand up to was the girl. He's constantly doing this hot boy talk shit to her, but I got more for that later, though. Hey, Ethan.
It's like, hey, girl.
Hey, Ethan.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a drink. You go ahead, Matt.
You want me? I'll do.
I already told you my disappointment. It was fucking
right.
It was what's it called? Spy Classroom. You can't fucking give me. You can't give me the fucking payoff by episode 3 and then go backwards. And I understood Starman's point of what's it called? Like the entire like season is the impossible mission because the real impossible mission is trying to get one up on the teacher. Meh. If they would have done it, and I still haven't seen the series, if they would have done it like Assassination Classroom, that would be fucking cool. But no, meh.
I agree with you. Spy Classrooms, man.
I'm gonna go get a drink for this.
Yeah. All right. While you do that, mine is Junji Ito's Maniac, Japanese Tales of the Macabre on Netflix.
Right, that didn't even make my list.
I wanted to like it. I love Junji Ito's work. And the drawings were there, but it's just no execution. The stories felt flat, and it's just like, oh man,
bro. It's what makes his work appealing is the animation. So the disappointment really came with not the stories, but it don't look great.
His stuff in the manga is just not communicated in media.
Bro, Netflix. I said this to shout out to Macchio Metal. I told this to my boy. I said this whole thing should have been, you should have been able to click on a button on Netflix and grayscale it out. And then the whole thing would have been black and white. They should have made like a Junji Ito.
That would have been nice.
Well, it was just black and white, and they could have
like because they did that. They showed that trailer that it was a Maki. Now that's delayed indefinitely.
Yeah, because that's supposed to be coming on Adult Swim. But honestly, I collect some of his works, and honestly, bro, like I've seen the adaptations. I mean, it's just better. It's better on paper, man.
That's the thing. Yeah, you can't tell it. You can't retell it in animation or movies, or it's just there's something about reading it.
Big old Stein glass.
All right.
Big old beer. We're doing it Japanese style.
Yeah. If it wasn't this, I would have said Record of Ragnarok.
What did you give it? You said the Junji Ito series?
Yeah. Because for Ragnarok, I love the Jack the Ripper fight with Heracles, but after that, it just fell off again. It's like, oh, come on.
Open this damn bottle, son of a bitch!
Oh, yeah.
And I filled it.
That was that one.
You got me so flustered, Sean.
Oh,
well, all right. Well, speaking of beer, we're gonna do the beer cake for soundtrack. Best soundtrack, Starman.
All right. This one took me for a loop. Like I really had to sit there and just like really go back and listen to the soundtrack. Best soundtrack though was Nier Automata.
All right.
I say Nier Automata because it was almost Buddy Daddies because I really enjoyed like the music. Honestly, bro, the best thing about Spy Classroom was the soundtrack. But
right.
Because Nier Automata has the same soundtrack from the game, it's a really cool, interesting soundtrack. Unfortunately, the series is on hiatus, so we didn't get to see them pull everything out. But like that soundtrack is just how ominous it is and how much it fits. It fits the whole vibe of the show. Everybody else is pop, a little bit of lo-fi beats. I like Spy Classroom because they had like a lot of Lupin the Third type jazz, which was really cool. So yeah, that's my second place was actually Spy Classroom. That was actually
okay.
They soundtrack was pretty legit, like all things considered.
All right.
But no, I'm gonna get at the Nier.
Ethan, as he pours his drink.
Oh, look at him pouring from the side. Okay.
Well, that way it doesn't get like all like carbonation, like doesn't get all fluffy.
I thought you lighthead, Ethan.
Not on my beer, sir.
While he's doing that, I got my cider from Citizen Cider.
How's that head, Matt?
got water.
All right, I come by.
I was gonna only drink water, and you drove me to fucking drink with that fucking review of fucking thing. So you know.
Well, I ain't even done.
He ain't done. He ain't done, pal. We'll get to them later.
He ain't got
but
tea yet.
Didn't make your list whatsoever.
I didn't say that.
This man wanted to flame the series, but yet it made his list somehow.
Oh no, actually, I got
that
three.
That happens. That does happen.
Oh, I never said that.
My soundtrack, if I can go back to my thing, here we go. My soundtrack for me was Trigun.
Okay.
So
I
picked.
Now he's leaving. Now he's leaving.
What?
He's leaving. He gone. He gone, baby.
Good. We can go back to the way it used to be.
When he home, baby. He gone.
Picking up, bro. What the fuck?
What you mean?
That was the worst thing about this Trigun adaptation. The soundtrack
Really?
in comparison to the original. There was no soundtrack.
I like
noise.
You know what it is? I love shows that have that type of soundtrack, that type of like orchestral type of feel in various points. Like I enjoy so much the orchestral aspect of the soundtrack. I enjoyed the OP and the ED combination the best out of all the seasons, out of all the episodes this season. I never skipped those really. Excuse me. It was so good. It did a great job of encompassing all of I mean, there are other shows that did the same thing, like like Tokyo Revengers does a good job of their soundtrack in terms of encompassing the gravity of the moment or the success of a moment. I thought Trigun did the same thing from that perspective, where everything was never lost in terms of the soundtrack's perspective. It always enhanced the gravity or the situation or the comedy. Like it just matched everything that it was supposed to. And like I said, I'm more inclined to love orchestral type of music and themes when it comes to those type of things. So if you have that and it's really solid and it fits, I'm gonna probably vote for you for that from that perspective.
Okay. All right. Well, for me, Nier Automata.
Hey,
I love it.
Rolling look. Oh, wrong clip. Keep going.
But no, this was my it's from the video game. It's my favorite soundtrack in the video game. The fact that they redid it, there's some little different little instruments here and there for some of it a little bit more of a loop. I liked it. It fit the atmosphere of it, and that's the compelling part of the Automata, the atmosphere, this post-apocalyptic world of everything going on around it. It's like the music tells the story of the world. And that's why I like about it. I like that they actually kept it. I was actually worried about it. I thought we weren't going to, but I was so glad they did. So yeah, Nier Automata for me.
That's what I'm talking about. Man, that's what I'm talking about.
It's not
like I didn't like Niers. I just don't have the same attachment that you guys did to it. So
that's fair.
You know.
All righty, let's go with the cupcake for best OP. Starman.
Oh, okay. So best opening. Let me see. Best opening was Ice Guy and his cool work colleague. I never once skipped that song. Like just from the bop it came on.
That's a good song.
Yeah. I catch myself humming that song sometime. Like it sets the vibe like every time it comes on. Like I just really...
that opening is just so
doom 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 doom.
It's got a nice beat.
Yeah, I was doing the 808. Yeah,
you know that the other one, I didn't vote for this, but the other one that I love, the very like what's the one I'm looking for, like stage performance type for Angel Next Door, like dun 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 dun. Like I just that opening for me. Oh, I love that one. Not the OP itself, but just that opening few like moments of the
right.
OP. I was like,
until he says, "Wow."
Yeah. It's not the best OP, but yeah, fair. 100%.
So what was yours, Ethan?
Trigun. Trigun.
That wasn't a bad opening.
No,
I'm not
I like that one. I actually almost picked
It was
that.
between
I
that and
almost
Fire
picked
Hunter.
that.
For me, it was between that and Fire Hunter. I love Fire Hunter.
Fire Hunter's surprising. Okay.
It was between that and Fire Hunter. I would have done Fire Hunter in terms of like the of the soundtrack as well, just because again that OPED combination was so solid. That was the other one that I didn't really skip those two. And then same thing in terms of trying to encapsulate the gravitas of the severity of the moment, or encapsulate like the gravity of the feelings that Homegirl was feeling in terms of Fire Hunter. I love that piece of it. But no, I chose Trigun as the OP just because it just it's got that like hip hop, like Starman said, that lo-fi type feel. And
it's not like a song from the Police to me. Like Sting, the Police, it come on with that guitar riff. That guitar riff in and just pull me in.
Yeah.
But then you get a little dub steppy somewhere in it, and I can see
and you know me.
That's your shit. So
I'm Festival King, bro. I'm going. I bought tickets to Sunset in Tampa for Memorial Day, so that'll be a lit festival too. That'll be I'm going to what 5 festivals. I'm going to 5 festivals this season.
Not cool.
Most I've ever done. So, but no, anyway, yeah. So Trigun. Matt, what about you?
All right, that's the thing. Both of yours were close seconds. Ice Guy for the beats, the lyrics of it. Trigun for the story sense. But for me, what? No, Vinland.
Okay.
Vinland Saga. I love the river.
That either.
I love the visuals of it. I like the storytelling of it. Basically about Thorfinn, like it's just the thousands of souls he killed, like people he killed in the war, the screaming up of the war. That's just such a cool visual.
Nice rock, yeah.
And I love the song on top of it. It's fucking catchy. It's nice. It tells
no rumbling.
Nothing is rumbling, bro. Like
I can't wait to get to it. I can't wait to get to this rumbling. I swear to God, I have never heard it. I've kept myself dark on purpose from the rumbling.
I'm not going to watch the show, but I will listen to that.
Bro, I'm going to tell you right now, if I don't care what we got going on, if I'm ever out with any one of y'all, I'm a pacifist, not really. I'll fight, I'll shoot. I try to not do that violence. But if you play rumbling, I'm throwing hands. I don't care what the situation.
Oh, bro, that's like
so it's the mosh pit song,
bro. That's deep South Nuck if you buck shit, probably.
Yeah, bro.
No, if you buck, boy, yeah,
rumbling.
Yeah,
man, you put rumbling on. Oh no, bro, I'm head banging.
We rumbling.
We rumbling straight up. Like you play that. No, it's over with.
That's how you know. That's how you know if you're some shit and you need fucking Starman. You play the rumbling. Like, hey, I need you, bro. Play the rumbling. Oh, it's for real, for real. All
righty. Opera Cake, ED, Starman.
All right. Man, Buddy Daddies.
Buddy, okay, that's a good one.
Well, that song at the end, whenever it goes off, regardless of the emotion I had, like it just came in with those snaps, and I was like, oh, once them snaps came in, like bro, I never skipped it, and it caught me in my feels every time. It was the perfect song to play at the end to encapsulate the feelings I had at the end, like regardless, because that series gives you a lot of feels, and usually when the credits roll, the ending song will take you out of your zone and put you in another one. Like a lot of anime do that. Like Call of the Night was good for that, regardless of the tension of the episode.
I don't like that.
You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying, and I don't like that. Like that's why I enjoyed stuff like Trigun. I enjoyed stuff like Fire Hunter because most of their episodes ended fairly solemnly or on a cliffhanger, and so I like to keep that momentum downwards. I like to feel that. I want to feel more of my feelings because I'm just the type of person I am because I'm a psychopath.
But Buddy Daddies,
more my feelings.
That's why I said Buddy Daddies, bro. Like regardless of how the episode ended, bro, I held on to how I felt in the episode for 2 more minutes because the song was just the perfect song to end every episode.
Yeah.
Right.
It was the perfect. Like I'm glad Netflix didn't get it. Do you know how much of a hassle it is when you're watching something on Netflix and you like the ending theme and you got to find your remote and hit no, don't skip.
Yeah, that's God, I fucking hated that.
Let it play and give
or
me
just
to skip it.
Or they just randomly skip the OP when you didn't click on it either. Like
that's what Hulu does. Hulu just new episode starting in 10, 9, 8. I'm like, no, bro. I like this song.
Yeah, come on, no, don't skip this.
I like to skip. I see your point though.
Yeah. All right, Ethan, what's yours?
Fire Hunter.
Wow. Okay.
Fire Hunter. Yes.
Check this out for the opening and ending alone.
Yeah, basically, like Fire Hunter. That ending was even better than the opening for me. Again, solemn, tragic. The vocals that are done on there, splendid. The visuals, wonderful. It was between literally Fire Hunter, Trigun, Fire Hunter for me. OPED, easily for me.
Okay. For me, Nier Automata.
Hey,
I enjoyed that one. I love the visuals of it.
Yeah.
I like the song.
Yeah.
It's very like you get the
My number
sad vibe
3
from it.
OP was Nier. Like
Yeah.
I love the shit out of the visuals for
ED?
that. OP. The
Oh, I
OP
thought-
for Nier. No, the
Yeah,
OP for Nier.
but I like the ED better for Nier than the OP.
Sure. Sure. No, it was solid too. It was
But
solid.
yeah, I enjoyed the song. I liked it. I like the visuals of it.
Yeah.
This is scene
Yeah.
to be chased after nines.
Yeah.
And just how the song ends with it and how she just stops.
Yeah.
The way they change the tone of it.
Yeah.
So I liked it for that. Anyway, better than Sex Cake. Best surprise
What does that consist of, Matt? Please enlighten me.
was
There's not a lot of things better than sex, other than maybe winning the lotto.
a chocolate or yellow cake with a moist filled center covered with whipped cream.
Sounds like sex.
Basically, was something you didn't expect to be good, but it exceeded your expectations.
You said surprise.
Oh, something I didn't expect to be good.
This is
that
the
is-
surprise
yeah.
cake. You said that.
Yep, this is a surprise.
Okay, surprise cake. I was gonna say a surprise moment. Surprise. Okay.
Not Angel Next Door, apparently.
I mean, I can go. I can flip that into some kind of tangent. Like, my best surprise was, oh my god, the biggest surprise was how many of y'all really raved and thought that show was fire. That was my biggest surprise. Like, that shit was shocking. Like, damn.
Hey,
Wow.
it got what it finished with 75%.
The hype behind Angel Next Door was the biggest surprise. Oh my fucking god.
Because it's people like me that fucking see. But we'll get into the argument later.
No. My biggest surprise, if I did have to pick a biggest biggest surprise had to go to Magical Revolutions.
Okay.
Magical Revolutions, yeah. Magical Revolutions was I think it earned all the hype that it got.
That was the Yuri we didn't watch. By the way,
it being just
that goddamn this one of the damn. I really should have picked it up.
yeah.
It was a flat out Yuri out the gates. Like, and for you, Ethan, someone who's really into Yuri, I thought you would have jumped on it because episode 1.
He's on it because of me, because I like Yaoi Yuri for but not like
1. She literally like steals her brother's fiance. Like, no spoiler. That's literally that's literally the genius girl was engaged to her brother, and he was just like, nah, you don't like her like I do. She mine. Hopped on her magic flying fucking broomstick, took the fuck off. It was Yuri ever since. They held hands, they slept together, they kissed. Bro, like, yeah. They laid the Yuri on thick with it, but it wasn't cringy, it wasn't tasteless, it wasn't fetishy. It was like really endearing and sweet. I really thought that was dope. That was a big surprise.
I really want a fucking a nasty Yuri. That's not.
Yeah, no, that series was good. That was a big surprise. Like,
yeah, put it on my list. I'm gonna watch it at some point. 100%.
all right. What about you, Ethan?
You're gonna see a theme with my awards. Trigun. But I have a valid reason for this. I was bashed, no pun intended. I was ridiculed. I was hated on for hating the fucking original. Not hating.
That's right.
I didn't hate it, but I thought it was mid.
Yeah, no, Angel said you hated it because Angel made a post saying you hated it.
No, you hated it.
I thought it was mid as fuck. I don't know where the hype was whatsoever. I mean, it was better than fucking Akira for me. But regardless, don't know where the fuck all this hype for the original came from. I thought it was mid as fuck. 3.5 stars max for me.
Yeah, I know.
I came into Trigun expecting the worst. It's just going to be a 2023 version of this updated bullshit. No, it was a 2023 version of a fucking magical fucking ride. That's what it was. That ride was incredible. The ending to that season, to this season of Trigun, you can call it a season, I guess, was fucking phenomenal. The amount of depth we got on every single character off the rip. From jump, you got reasons to care about every single main character or major side character that came from that show. I was thoroughly surprised. I thought I was going to hate the CGI. No, I came to love the CGI. I love the colors. I love the vividness. I love the OP. I love the ED. I fucking enjoyed the shit out of Trigun so fucking much. Honestly, that like it kept growing. It kept growing. It kept growing. It is so high on my list, guys. I can't wait to talk about it in a little bit.
That's for the Akira.
Nah, that was a mic drop. That was a mic drop. No. I ain't gonna hate on that, bro. That was a mic drop.
No,
Yeah.
but yeah, I will save the comments for when we do the countdown. But surprise, Trigun. No, I'll admit I was one of the people that I was worried. I was legit worried, but I wasn't gonna like bash it. I was like, I don't know, but after a couple episodes, it is how fucking smooth it is. And I actually looked up who animated it as the guys who did Beastars. So I was like, that's why it's so fucking good.
And I don't like stuff with furries, but I've seen the animation from Beastars and it is clean as fuck.
I was so if you see a CG and Orange does it, sign me the fuck up. That's
yeah.
They do not disappoint, but no, it exceeded my expectations in a very happy note. I'm not gonna get full into it until we get to the countdown because I will get into.
I got into a lot of what I was gonna say for the countdown.
I know. I'm saving it, but no, I was pleasantly surprised and I was just very happy. It was just basically its own entity, and I liked it for that. I was glad it wasn't a carbon copy. I think that would have hurt it if it was like that.
Agreed.
But again, I'll get to it later. But Dragon, congrats, man. Fuck.
All right.
Alrighty, let's get to the Fat Rascal. Best original screenplay, best original anime.
Sounds like a sex position.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be unanimous for all three of us.
Oh, word.
On the count of three, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Oh, you.
1, 2, 3.
Near
Buddy Daddies.
Near
on top of him.
It didn't even finish.
What did
it didn't even fucking finish.
Hold up. Did you say best original? Or was this best
original?
Adaptation?
Best original.
Oh, best original.
Yeah, original.
No manga.
No manga, no game. Someone that was just made for the anime.
Buddy Dad. I heard you wrong, Buddy Daddy.
Oh, yeah. Bro, I was about to fucking boot you.
I was like, here's a game.
No.
But no, Buddy Daddies. It's Buddy Daddies.
Buddy Daddies, bro. Like,
okay, yeah, that was obvious.
100%. That was the best original.
Yeah. Winter Kēki, now adapted.
Oh, I told you mine. Near on time. Did a video game. The first.
It didn't even finish though, my guy.
Oh, I went back.
But they still did it well. That's the thing. It still did a good job.
Bro, like it's Square Enix, bro. Square Enix still does anime. And that's one thing I like about it. I went back and rewatched it in English just so I could hear the same voices from the game in the anime. They were able to reprise the entire video game cast for the anime. So I went back and rewatched it.
Is that a Japanese? Is that an option of Japanese in the game?
Yeah.
No?
You can select Japanese, but who the fuck?
Yeah. It's like you can do like English, Japanese. You can do English, Japanese, and
is the game made by Japanese people though? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
Japanese company.
I don't know. I don't play these type of games, so I don't know.
Yeah, they make.
For example, my nephew, he played
Final Fantasy.
Yeah, you could tell.
I wouldn't say. Yeah. No, that robot, like the first chance, like because you open up the game and the anime with her flying in the sky and everybody getting shot down, and she busts through the wall. She does the flip, and when she lands, she stands there with the sword, with the eyes in the background from all the robots. I literally selected that screen grab for like my first review. But dog, that scene right there was match for match with the anime, bro. From the anime to the game. Point blank, adapting a video game is really hard, and we rarely see it done unless it's a dating sim. So I like the fact that MMO.
So it turned me off to that because I saw Scarlet Nexus, and that was done horribly.
So, Scarlet Nexus is a mediocre game, so
there you go.
I get what you're saying. No, it's cool. Yeah. I mean, but the reason I asked about the Japanese stuff is because my nephew plays Genshin Impact. He plays it in English because he doesn't feel like reading subtitles while he's playing video games. And so for me, I'm like, but it's a Japanese game. Shouldn't you do it in Japanese if you really about it? But he's 17. What do you
Right.
Bro, it's like playing it, bro. You want to hear it.
18. He's 18 now. He's
no. I'll say that, man, because like growing up, playing the old Final Fantasy and a lot of old games, like when people talk, you had to read it. Though it was literally text and captions at the bottom of the screen. So now that I can hear the dialogue and like you got real actors. Oh no, bro, you got to.
No, that's cool. That's cool. I'm not gonna hate on it.
All right, Ethan.
Adaptation was
Yep. Adaptation.
I gotta find it. I just hurt myself sneezing. That hurt.
Ooh.
Trigun. It's a theme, guys. This is a theme. Spoiler: they swept a lot of my shit.
I mean, no, bro. Like I told you, bro. I ain't gonna hate on Vash.
No.
Oh, we got more of them coming soon.
No. Again, they took some more elements from the manga into this. So yeah, that's I guess
I picked it because I was under the impression that they had taken like the more pieces, like the more core.
They took more pieces, like we got characters that were in the original.
Yeah, that were a part of the manga. That's why I chose it, because I was like, oh, this is more of the original story that was not told. It's being told now. It's hitting. That's why I chose it. I mean,
yeah.
Otherwise than that, if you're not gonna do Trigun, then
no, you're good. No, you can do Trigun.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Alrighty. For me, Vinland Saga Season 2. I loved it. I read the manga. It's exactly how I expected to go. That's why
I'm not Tokyo Revengers? What?
You eat a dick. Eat a fucking dick. No, it would never touch anything. Fuck that. But no, they did a great job at retelling the story in the manga, because it is the actual main story of it. And I had no complaints. They did a little change when Einar was like strangling Thorfinn in his sleep when he's having PTSD. That didn't happen in the manga.
Einar, you mean?
He thought about it.
Einar sounds pretty gay, bro. Let's do Einar.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
I always take a sip.
Yeah, I know. We know you do. But no, Vinland did a great job, and I can't wait for Court 2, especially with how it started up. I'm hyped.
I'm excited for you.
I'm excited as well for me as well. All right, let's get to the genres.
All right.
Space Cake, sci-fi.
All right. Okay, so best sci-fi. Ethan said there was a theme. There's definitely a theme here as well. Best science fiction, Near Automata.
Oh, I thought you were going with my theme. I'm like, okay.
No, bro. Like, honestly though, that's one of my beefs. I will save that for when I speak on Trigun later. The original was a Western. This one was sci-fi. I appreciate the Western more just for that fact. Near Automata. Just it's straight science fiction. It's robots killing robots that look like humans, bro. It's just science fiction out the book for me. Near Automata, sci-fi all the way.
All right, Ethan.
Trigun.
I mean, I saw that.
All right.
Trigun won all my awards. I'm just kidding. It didn't.
So it won your ecchi fan service?
I wish. I really want to see Meryl get fucked. Yes.
Whoa.
Wow. All right.
I do, bro. She's hot as fuck. This Meryl with the shorts and the fucking and the leggings in the shorts.
Okay, yeah. This Meryl is I mean, but we're in the Moe era. Hold on. We're in the Moe era. Like, this is a whole era, bro. Like, even Major from Ghost in the Shell got Moe'd the fuck up. Like,
oh yeah,
it's the Moe era, bro. You know,
bro. I just want to be pull the shorts and the tights down. Just here we go to town.
All right. For me, Near Automata. Too good. They did a sci-fi. I get you got androids fighting robots, fighting machine life forms.
Yeah.
So
I just didn't qualify because it didn't finish. In terms of everything you're saying, both of you guys are absolutely correct. Had it finished, I probably would have given it to Nier. It didn't finish.
The elements are still there. So regardless of how many episodes we got, those are the same elements. They're still there. So
had to give me more, bro. For me, I get it. I just
all right.
Wanted more.
Alrighty. The Exotic Cake, best ecchi or fan service.
Awkward silence with laughter.
I feel like we're gonna have to say what then.
Best
Trigun. I'm just kidding.
No.
Nier.
No.
I will say about Nier. I love the panty shots. Love the panty shots from A2. 2B. Sorry. Well, we see A2 naked, so that's even better.
Go ahead, Starman.
honestly, it wasn't that many shows that had a lot of fan service this season that I watched.
Right.
A
Same.
lot of them were really really like chill when it came to it. So this was like one that was kind of hard to like pin down. Like, all right, who had like, you know, somewhat fan service. I'm gonna go ahead and shift to Magical Revolutions. Magical Revolutions didn't have like fan service, but like I said, the just the kind of like, you know, smack her on the butt, or you know, they have like pillow talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, it was tasteful. Yeah,
it's lesbian. So I mean, to some people that's super fucking fucked up. It's lesbian anime. Oh my god. So
no. That was I would say the fan service they put off in there. They specifically did like the whole whisper in your ear, blushing like type thing. Like the fan service they did was really tasteful. I thought it was cool. I thought it was dope.
Okay, I guess I respect that one.
That's hot.
Even
Inukai-san, because that's the only one that I really watched. I mean, honestly, I could have given it to Reborn the Master of the Blade because they focused a lot on tits. They talked about how do you make your tits bigger? How do you
licking the feet?
Yep.
Yeah, bro. Like the dog licking the feet, and all the girls having orgasms. All the girls getting naked. The fucking
one being a dog shaking her ass in the air.
Yeah, that's Karen. She's super. Like she's like, oh, my call to him is I open my legs and lift up my skirt. Come home.
It's her
come
fetish.
home,
she
and
wants
it's
to be a dog.
Karen's vagina is home. So, yeah, but like, you know, as I said on the pod last week when we did the finale for Inukai-san, there's actually a fairly decent story there. In terms of just in terms of Pochita basically wanting to be human and wanting to tell Karen, because he does love her, that like, you know, that he genuinely loves her, not as a dog but as a human. And the same thing in terms of his kohai, just, you know, easing her because she knows that she loves him and misses him and everything, and having that like connection to it, and then wanting to foil the evil scientist. So there is a decent plot there amongst all the sexuality, because it is fully sexual. We get the whole like girl rubbing her pussy on the corner of the desk, like, and from the what's it called, the scenes that haven't come up yet with the breast milk scene you told me about, Matt, that it started actually toward the season finale. She's like, I'm gonna feed him my boob, like, but you don't even make breast milk. Stay tuned. 14-year-old girl not pregnant makes breast milk.
Anime.
Yeah,
I only
lost a viewer, by the way, because I said that.
Yeah, I only watched one that had a little bit of it. Onimai. That was really the only one that had it, especially Kaede.
Yeah,
we're fucking knockers in the succubus outfits.
No, like yeah.
And the massage scene.
The massage. I was dog. Honestly, the massage scene was that was it. Like that one right there, the massage scene was the fan service. I'm with you, Matt.
That was it. Yeah, she gave them both an orgasm from a fucking massage.
Okay, you can change it. You're allowed to change it.
Yeah, you can do that. We can change it. But yeah, it was fucking Onimai. Nope. That was the only one.
Still doesn't beat dog licking orgasms, Matt.
Oh, she gave her orgasm massage, like spreading her legs, like touching the thigh and all this, while pinning her down. She's like blushing and moaning. And like, oh, where you go? You're next.
Oh yeah, that was an intense scene. It was intense because they didn't show it. Like they didn't show it, so it was all audio, and like you see a foot move, a leg move, like they
camera color. You don't see the lower half of the body, you see the upper half. That's how they're laying down.
Is there an uncensored version where they might have shown that?
No.
Mm.
Despite that, it's actually
that's what I did for all the sexual shit. I had to go to the dark web to find the uncensored one. But yeah, I mean, you see full on desk on fucking fat cunt, just, you know.
I was gonna say, like, I would have given that to Immoral Guild, but that came out in the fall season, not the winter season. High Dive didn't get it until the winter season, but Immoral Guild is pretty etchy.
I heard, well, it's in the name, Immoral.
I haven't heard. Please describe.
So
for research purposes.
You have to watch it uncut. It's just, man, it's like one girl is like Kazuki from Fire, for like Tamaki from like Fire Force, and then another girl like Darkness, and another girl's like Aqua. Like they literally just keep like, Literally, one girl gets eaten by fucking frogs and molested by like their tongues and shit, and that's the thing that keeps happening to her. She always gets like freaked on by fucking the animals when they go out in the party to like go and do it some adventure shit. She always falls in the trap. Then the animals come and like they just like ravage the fuck out of her, and the dude's just like so embarrassed that she's a fucking klutz, but he's kind of turned on because she's moaning and shit. And then the other girls that are with him are so horrified and scared that it's gonna happen to them that they're not gonna help her. So she literally would just suffer there until like they'll cut to the next scene where he eventually beats up the animal. Beats up the monster. And they pretty much repeat that trope. Gets kind of old, but it's in the name, bro. So yeah.
We'll add to my queue.
All right.
Moving on.
Upside down cake, best fantasy.
All right. Best fantasy.
Near, because you'll never experience something like that in your life.
No. Oh no, best fantasy? Eminence in Shadow. Eminence in Shadow to me was like the best fantasy, bro. Like that was a whole fucking fantasy, bro. Like this man goes to a magical world. He's OP as fuck. He has like elves. There are literal magical elves. There are princesses and like magical abilities. This man can harness the powers of an atomic bomb. All the while trying to foil a conspiracy he created himself. Bruh, that shit was a whole fucking fantasy, man. So yeah, Eminence in Shadow, man. That's my favorite fantasy of the season.
All right. Ethan?
You know, I had it at high card, but I can change things. So I'm going with Starman's Eminence in Shadow.
You could not live with your own family.
Same, actually. Yeah, same. Eminence.
Sweet. Sweet number 2.
Yeah, again, I only like the concept of high card, but bad executions.
Yeah, agreed.
So there we go for that one. Let's go.
That's the first triple. That's the first
second
unanimous.
Second.
Oh, second unanimous.
We did Buddy Daddies for original.
Buddy Daddies.
Alrighty. Butterfly Cake. Mystery thriller.
Mystery thriller. All right. Tokyo Revengers. What can I say?
It is, yeah.
It's a thriller.
It's thrilling, bro. It's a whole fucking time mystery. Like I'm a sucker for time. I'm a big Doctor Who fan. Shout out to Angel. Yeah. I'm a big Doctor Who fan, so I really love time travel. I love multi-dimensional time travel shit. The moment he was on his Subaru shit with life, and yeah, I was on board, man. So it's just the whole mystery. I gotta find out who keeps sabotaging it, why this keeps happening, why does he go back to the future, why does he come back to the past? Like it's so every time he goes back and he stays, there are questions. Honestly, I'm like, bro, why just stay in the motherfucking past and see this shit through? But you know, I don't know. It's a mystery. And just when, you know, the series can get kind of like, all right, man, get on with it. A finale are coming and they'll dangle a cliffhanger and you ain't mad. It's like, damn, they left me on a cliffhanger again. I'm still falling for this shit. But I like it.
Baka.
All right, Ethan.
I went with the mystery portion, and so I went with Inspector. There's nothing truly like, you know, oh my god about Inspector, but in the same regard, I just enjoy the mystery aspect because I don't watch very many mystery anime, and so whenever I do get a mystery anime, I tend to enjoy it very much. It's not gonna be like a summertime rendering in terms of thriller mystery, but I thought it was pretty solid. It barely made my honorable mentions, but I still enjoyed it for what it was. And yeah, I went with that instead.
Hey.
Yeah, this one kind of surprised me in the category because Anime Trend had it on there, and thinking back on it, it makes sense. Nier Automata. Where's the humanity? Where are the humans? What's the mystery of A2? What's the mystery of Adam and Eve? Like, what's the real fight? What's with Yorha? There's a mystery around the world of it. No one knows anything.
Yeah, that's fair.
9S is literally trying to uncover the mystery.
Yeah. Trying to figure out what A2 means by command betrayed us, basically.
Yeah.
and more about Adam and Eve.
They're so fucking weird to me.
and where's the humans? Because you find out basically the resistance is machines.
Yeah.
So yeah, I gave it to that for those reasons.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Fair enough. Alrighty. Let's go. Trying to find the fig cake. Slice of life.
Best slice of life. Man, that's not a hard. It wasn't even a hard sell. It was no contest actually. As far as slice of life, Onimai.
Okay.
Onimai was a really good slice of life. It was literally, it wasn't a high school anime. It wasn't a middle school anime. Even though that was the backdrop for some of the things that happened, it was literally about someone's life, their old life and their new life. It was literally just a slice out of their life. And I like how they were able to pull it in where it's an anime about nothing, but it's actually a lot that's going on. One of my favorite things about the show was honestly the fact that I really compare it to like Lucky Star. It's mostly because of the animation, but also because my hero is really like Kazuna. I don't know. I think that's a lot of similarity to the characters, like a lot of slice of life. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it exactly, but no, it's just something about it. Like a good slice of life. It's really wholesome when it needs to be. But other than that, it was funny. It was etchy sometimes. Sometimes it was a bit cringe and uncomfortable. But I mean, all in all, it was a great slice of life experience, bro. It wasn't no romance shit to distract from it, bro. It was just literally life. Like, what the fuck we got going on today? You know, what are we doing today? It was every day. It was a different thing. It was, every few episodes is a different season, and I like that how they did the pacing with that. But I'll get into that like a lot later. When we talk about it in the top 10s. But yeah. Like every 4 episodes was a different season, and I don't really see that happen in anime too much, where you can keep track of the time. A lot of times it's cultural festival, sports festival. You know where it is based on. Okay, now we got a New Year's episode, but this one you start in the summer and you end at New Year's. So it's actually it's a whole year that takes place because they're at the end they get back to the summer trip. So I like that time pacing. Anyway, slice of life, only mine.
Ethan?
I mean, you know what I'm going to say, Angel Next Door. I'll save all my reasons for when I talk about it on my list.
All right. Buddy Daddies. They live life trying to raise a daughter while also having their life as assassins and doing dirty work.
Yeah,
and you see that progress and like how much it means to actually raise a kid, especially Ray. Fucking Ray. I love Ray.
Yeah, Ray is the star, 100%. Yep.
Ray is the star, and the connection of it, and now they live life together. They're an actual family, even though they weren't supposed to be. Wasn't supposed to be there. But there's everything fell in the right place for all of Kazuki, Ray, and Miri.
Yeah. Starman, what do you think about me giving this show 5 stars? Since you were listening earlier.
Yeah, I heard you when you said it. I was actually kind of like, damn, he gave that one a 5. Like, damn, I ain't give it a 5, but I damn sure would not argue with your generous 5 because
it was a little generous, but
that show is fucking amazing. It's definitely worth any praise that it gets, but I'll save that for the list.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Alrighty. Halloween cake, Supernatural.
All right. What was my Supernatural? Magical Revolutions. Supernatural, man. Magic, dark magic. Ainz fought a fucking dragon. Like about 4 episodes in, she fights a dragon by herself, defeats a dragon, takes his fucking power, and you can't just kill a dragon, bro. It wasn't no easy little feat defeating no dragon. It was just so much magic, and the whole premise of this show is Ainz has no magic. She was reincarnated from another world, It's in the title. And she was born with no magic, but she remembers technology from her previous life. So she tries to combine what she remembers of technology with the magic available in order to create magical items. And she's a princess, so she has the resources to do it. But they explore a lot of, they call it magicology, and I really thought that was really dope. Them trying to make science. She tried to turn magic into a form of science, and it was really dope in that whole world. So yeah.
See, that's one of the things that I didn't like about when I read about the premise of it, other than it was a Yuri, and that's why I didn't like watch it, because I was like, magic to science, like, yeah.
So that's with the politics, but I'll say that for my review.
Even
I went Inspector. It's pretty supernatural. You're dealing with ghosts and demons and whatnot. So, like I said, I enjoy the mystery aspect of it, since I don't get very many mystery anime. And one of the details I will say about Inspector as well is just the amount of detail that they put in and the absurdity of a lot of the stories, yet they still manage to make sense. I really like that, and it really drives home like those series where you try to like break down like, why did this murder happen, like this and this happen, why did this person get improperly persecuted, this and this, and you can find so many real life applications to that, where you see, you know, these crazy reasons, and everything just slowly breaks down over time and all of that. So you know, and then it makes you wonder in a way too, like how many of our real life scenarios are have to do with the super phenomena of the world, you know. Makes you wonder. So
all right, I picked Ice Guy and his cool female colleague. It is a supernatural. You get again, you have a spirit fox, ice. They do it. They did it well. They actually showcased it a bit.
Okay, yeah.
As a fan, I would have picked Tokyo, but they really didn't show the time travel much. It was more focused on the gangs. It was more gang focused.
Yeah.
While Ice Guy, it had more supernatural focus, especially with Hiromu.
Yeah.
Yep. So I gave it to that in that aspect.
Hey.
Okay. Plum Cake Adventure.
My daily life.
Adventure. All right. So what do I got for my adventure? Let me see. I have it on this list.
We'd hope so.
It's definitely not a theme here, but 2 categories in a row. Magical Revolutions was a really good adventure, man. It was a really good adventure, man. Like I said, she's doing this thing with the technology. She's venturing out into the world. She's killing dragons. Yeah, man. I really felt like, I don't know. I feel like it checked enough for the boxes.
That's cool.
That's cool. I can dig that. Even
try again, Matt.
Vinland.
Fair.
We had adventure. It was basically adventure of Thorfinn's rebirth. Again, like we got the elements of his despair, why he was miserable, like he doesn't have the will to live, but Snake shows him your body says different. You do want to live, and basically he felt like his life had no purpose, but he actually got that. It was a self-discovery type of adventure, and we got that going on. And because of this
farm adventure,
hey, it grows. He grows. Let him grow. Let him farm. Damn it.
The crops weren't the only thing growing out there on that field.
Exactly. That I am fucking right. So yeah, because of that, Vinland, without a doubt.
Fair enough.
All right, the Sheets Cake action.
Deal.
Speaking of rumbling, Attack on Titan. Oh man.
You gave it to the miniseries?
He's giving it to the specials.
I mean, bro, they dropped the special, and yeah, it dropped. We were waiting on it, but I felt like it just had to qualify. I felt like they cheated. But
no, I said you could, so you're good.
Yeah, but those, oh my fucking God, like, bro, it opens up. Like, I ain't gonna spoil it for you, Ethan. Just the way it opens up, with heads getting crushed by fucking giants, bro. Oh no, we was in for a roller coaster ride the moment that fucking happened, and they fought like these colossal titans. Oh my God, it's must watch, must see action. Loved it.
Fair enough.
Ethan?
My Hero.
Okay.
My Hero Academia. You know, the theme of My Hero, truth be told, and I'll get more into this as we get into the and I'm sure you guys will as well when we get into the top 13, is just the two halves. And the two halves, I think, really make a difference. And when I choose my hero in my awards, got a couple others, I believe, but I look at it from an entire perspective of accounts for the season. But if you really want to break it down for what it was, you have Core 1 and Core 2. Core 2 wasn't nearly as action packed as Core 1, but I think in terms of like the overall action, the action that we do get in Core 1 mixed with the story, I still think bodes well. So in terms of an all-encompassing action series, I think my hero gets that. Despite the fact that we can all agree that in the second half of the Core 2, it did downtick slightly from that perspective.
All right. Trigun. I love the action of it.
Yeah.
So even if people didn't like it, you had to admit there was plenty of good fights that they did it well, especially with how it was animated.
Yeah, that finale just so. Ooh.
Yeah, we'll get to that later, but
chef's kiss.
We will.
Yeah, but yeah, that was definitely a more action packed when they did do the action, and they did that well. So that's why for me it gets that. Alrighty, Apple Cake comedy.
All right, comedy. Funniest show I watched.
This will be a good one.
Funniest show that I watched this past season was Onimai. Onimai didn't waste the episode where I didn't bust out laughing for real. Like it really had me on the floor. It's really funny. Like it's one of those shows. Like it's so much other stuff going on that provided a lot of distractions for the show. I'll get into that later.
Right.
But they nailed the comedy. It was just my hero. My hero was straight comedy gold. Like that voice actress needs a fucking award for pulling that off. Like I watched the Japanese, ain't no dub for it. You don't need one. Yeah, man, that shit's hilarious.
I feel like you're gonna lie when the dub comes out. You're gonna watch it and be like, "Oh, this dub is so much better."
I mean, bro,
you do.
I got
it's not gonna get a dub probably.
I mean, it probably won't. If it did, it would have already gotten one. But you know, like it's just. I think they're like keeping their space from it for whatever reason. I'll get to that later.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. And
fair enough. So
even
Tomo-chan. I love Tomo-chan. Carol grew on me. I used to hate Carol early in the season. Now Carol was that bitch. I love
live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
Yes, it did. Sean was definitely the trooper, the biggest trumper for Carol. Carol's voice. You talk about voice actors to get an award. What about Carol's voice actor? Carol's voice actor deserves all the awards.
No contest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro. So
absolutely.
And just Mizuzu was hilarious throughout. The interactions with Tomo and Jun most times were funny in between the serious and/or like the confusing between them. I laughed multiple times, hilariously a couple times. Yeah, Tomo-chan.
Hey man, I ain't mad at that at all. Matter of fact, I don't
yeah, Tomo was hilarious. I loved Carol, especially that comedic timing. Tomo's reactions to everything going on, especially when people were having sex in the movies, like Drew's into it. What the fuck? That type of thing.
Right? I can't look.
No, she's like, I'm sorry, I should apologize to her. Like, It's like he was watching a fucking Martin Scorsese movie with how he was paying.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, this is like fucking. This is
cinema. This is cinema.
Right. Oh, this is where you put the dick, huh? Okay, and you lift her leg up at that angle, and you do thrust at the moment. Oh,
but no, everyone was funny. Everyone did well.
Yes.
So I had to give it to that. All righty.
Wonderful.
Strawberry shortcake romance.
Romance.
He's gonna say ice guy.
What'd you say?
Romance. He said ice guy for you.
You're gonna say ice guy.
Oh well, yeah, bro. Ice guy was.
Why did you kind of mute your camera?
Yes, I have 2 cameras.
What? Hold on, hold on. How do you get 2 cameras? I'm trying to put 2 cameras.
How do I have 2 cameras? I put them in a USB port and I just switch between them to, you know, when I need to like just look at y'all and, you know, wide view, I was like, it's time for a wide view. But when I actually need to read the screen to like read something, I go back to this view. But yeah, man, Ice Guy. Okay, so Ice Guy and his cool companion. The reason why I feel like it was like the best like romance was and that's not to say Tomo-chan wasn't a great romance. It was Tomo-chan was more comedy than romance. It was just way more comedy than the romance, but the love story there really sticks, and it was done like honestly, bro, like top 25 level. Like I've seen a lot of rom-coms, and I think Tomo-chan is gonna fit in with some of the best ones. It's definitely better than a lot of ones a lot of people are thinking. Tomo-chan. Anyway, this is not about Tomo-chan. It's about Ice Guy. Now, the story with I really like the story of Himuro and Fuyutsuki. Because what we ended up getting, like in regards to them too, is we get a story about, you know, a crush at work. And I have had crushes at work. Like you work with this girl, you know what I'm saying? You got a crush
shit where
on
you
her.
eat, bro. I've learned that. You don't shit where you eat, bro.
No, I mean it happens, but no. I really like that I could relate to it because they were adults. So it was a lot that I could relate to. And as far as Himuro, I really related to him a lot because he has the social anxiety, and them depicting the social anxiety being literally blizzards or snowmen jumping off of him was a good representation of moments where he felt overwhelmed, embarrassed, upset, or scared, or his anxiety was just kicking his ass. He was second guessing every move that he had because he doesn't want to do too much. He doesn't want to push her away. He doesn't want to scare her because he's secure and he knows how he feels. I like that saying. They say, you know, a guy knows if he wants to marry a girl within, like when he meets her, he know when he really got a good thing. I really felt like I really believed the love at first sight with him. And Fuyutsuki, the fact that usually opposites attract. I really like the fact that they were not opposites. They were peas in the pod. They were really just like each other, and they could really get each other when no one would. They didn't even like sway away to other relationships to their other coworkers. I mean, some might argue that was like a downside to the series, but I really did enjoy just so much how much that they had in common with each other, the dates they went on, just how they both stepped up and learned to open. When I got to the end, when I got to the scene where he made everything fucking ice blue on accident, and she thought it was the most beautiful spectacle.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, here are these earrings.
Yeah.
And she was just like, yo, I didn't get you anything. Like, damn, you know, and he was like, no, like for real, like, take it. Like, you know, you already wearing the scarf. You already got me this scarf. Like, nah, you take this. Like, I really, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was really sweet. And like, honestly, their relationship was the only one that moved me emotionally. Nobody else's relationship this whole season moved me emotionally where I felt like I could be that guy, or I have been that guy where you like the girl so much, but you don't want to fuck it up. And you really just he really gets the privilege of the girl he really, really has a crush on to really feel that same way. And that don't really happen in real life on the moment of like clarity, bro. Like, no. I thought it was really sweet and endearing. It's believable. It was the most believable love story because that shit really does fucking happen.
My only argument to that point is that I just don't like his obsessive character. He's very obsessive, dude. Himuro is very obsessive.
No, he's not obsessive, bro.
I feel he's very obsessive.
I mean, okay.
Maybe clingy, but
I wouldn't even say clingy. No, he really just has a crush on this girl. He really likes her, but literally he's holding back the whole time. He's not laying it on thick. He's really like.
So you're making my point about Angel.
He's
with Amane. You're making my point about Angel and Amane.
He's taking his time. He's really like making sure that this don't fuck up the money. He's like, bro, this is work. I still got to do my job.
He's got to keep professional and
keep her professional. He can't lay it on, and everybody at work knows how he feels. And Fuyutsuki is so hard to read because she's so monotone, and I like the fact that that was literally her character. She was meant to be.
Oh, I love Fuyutsuki. I love her.
Meant to be like
I love
hard
her.
to read, but
I love her.
man, the moments when he just like looks in her eyes and like she knows he likes him. He's like some fucking Blizzard. Like she ain't stupid, but no, man, he really likes her, man. He just a crush, bro. Like he just really genuinely liked this girl and did not want to fuck it up.
My second argument to that point, though, and that's fine if as long as we get a second season, and that'll probably be fixed, depending on how long they extend the series. But out of the 3 animes, there was no definitive conclusion.
I don't know what you mean.
For me, I would love a definitive conclusion. If there's a show that has a definitive conclusion, I'm always probably gonna side with that show.
Bro, I'm gonna take it there now, bro. They were dating. You waiting for them to become a couple, bruh. They were dating the half of the series. When he asked her to dinner, they were dating, bro. They kept going on dates.
I get it. I just want the confession, bro. I
mean, bro, you call up these cliche confessions, bro. Like
there's nothing like
literally, they're adults. Ain't no I like you. It's like he let his actions speak. He's literally showing up, letting his actions speak. And like they're dating.
Smashed, then that'd be different. Because if he smashed, they'd be like, all right, so we're dating now.
It ain't that type of story, bro. It's really just.
I get that it's not that story. I'm just saying.
Nah, bro. Like they really just like they dating. I like the fact that they're dating. It's not like we had to wait and hold our breath for them to get to the end and just for a confession to come out. I like when they just when they had their moment where the confession, I guess, was supposed to happen. I like when they had that moment. She's just like, look, man, you the first person I got to know because everybody else thought I was boring, uninterested, and blah blah blah.
I appreciate that 100%.
Like,
I appreciate that.
Like seeing the real me. You really see me.
I appreciate that.
You know how many like I push everybody away and everybody's creeped out about me and my nah, bro, they were meant for each other. So I like the fact that they both even with that much in common. It's hard to take your time when you really like somebody. Y'all got a lot in common. You want to just seal the bond. I like how there's still shit that they're finding out about each other that they want to learn and they want to get to know. They really decide no, we're going to date. We're going to take our time. We ain't got to get to the finish line. There's so much more to go. But I
appreciate it I appreciate it from Horimiya's perspective because they got together from jump and then they learned all that while through trial and error.
Yeah,
I feel like that's more realistic. That's almost as that feel as just as realistic as what you're saying. But that's fair. You know what? And at the end of the day, I'm not going to criticize. I'm not going to
5-6 minutes for this, but that was my favorite romance.
No, you're good because I'm going to take 5 to 6 minutes when I describe fucking Angel Next Door on the top 13. So you're good. I'm going to go into a whole fucking
get to your romance.
It's Angel Next Door, and I'll get into my whole dissertation for 5 to 10 minutes. Come thing.
Yeah, I actually wrote a review, but I'm gonna save it. It's short.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I wrote a short review, man. All my top 10s have short, 3 sentence reviews. I tried to keep it 0.8.
Oh, I don't write my. Do you write yours out? I don't. Matt? Do you write yours out?
I haven't written anything in a while.
Yeah,
bro.
I write them for my anime Instagram, AI_anime24, cheap plug there. But no, I just, especially with the type of shows like Angel Next Door and some of the other ones that you just go off based off of you just let it flood. It's just natural. Let it naturally flood out. I'm not criticizing your way though. That's cool. Angel Next Door. Matt, what's yours?
I'm gonna give it to Angel because they did the romance stuff. I'm not saying the characters. I'm talking about how they were trying to actually build it up. And it's not a conclusion either. Like you wanted in this. They're saying they're going out, but you didn't get the kiss. You didn't get the kiss on the lips. You didn't get the Amane being confident in himself. So if you're trying to criticize his for his Ice Guy, which is actually more realistic as adults.
Yeah.
Because again,
we're making my point, dude. You're making my point.
I'm saying you both technically didn't, but it makes sense in 2 different ways. With that's high school. Sure, that's how high schoolers are, I guess. Unless you're bullied for, buying lunches for people, but
that, I'll give it up. I never thought about it from that perspective, and I find that 100% a total accepting.
He's like fucking Joker. You want to know how I got these scars?
Yeah,
I do it fucking like that.
I can accept that criticism of Amane.
Yeah,
I got
I'm not stuff like that.
Out of all the drama you got, it was because I get it. It can be traumatizing, but to the level that the anime built it up to, I can't say nothing. That's 100%.
No. It was meant to be a romance, like the hype. Like I can't argue with hype, bro. This was the most hype romance of the season. It wasn't even fucking close, bro. Like Angel Next Door was like by far the highest voted romance of the season. I wouldn't argue. I'm not gonna argue that.
That's
We're going to though because
but I'm saying just
that's
as
what I
a
do.
romance team, they did fine. I'm not saying as an overall with how everyone else is, but I'm saying with the actual theme, they did fine. Just like with Ice Guy, that was actually my second choice.
My
They
second was
both
Tomo. I was hoping
they-
you go Tomo, so that way we could have all three like.
I thought about it, but
For-
he fucking ruined it. Saying it was more comedy. Like, yeah, it was more comedy. I guess.
It is. No, it is. It is. But again, same thing.
If it wasn't, if that wasn't the case, if it had a little more romance in it, fucking absolutely, I would have picked Tomo.
The thing is though, like I said, you get the conclusiveness, and I'm big on the conclusiveness. I understand Starman's point about you don't need the conclusiveness, especially with adults. 100%. That's a fair point to make. I'm always that type of person.
Yeah, it's like they're dating, but they don't say they love each other yet, but like they're all dating, like they go out.
Matt, I'll do this for you. Matt. I'll do this for you. The last episode of Angels Next Door, I'm not gonna even lie to you. To me, I thought it was the best.
You're doing it for Matt. You're supposed to do it for me. I'm the one that's been the trumpet of the motherfucker for the entire season.
This is Matt's pick.
That's fair. No, well, it's my pick too.
Fuck you. All right, Matt. Matt.
Yes.
You, Matt. No. The last episode, no, I really like him asking her out instead of just a bold cliche. I like you, I love you. I like him. He was just like, want to be my girlfriend. And she been
the stuff like this. I want to grow for you. Like he actually like this. It's just how they talk. That's what sold me in that. It was basically that episode.
No, I'm gonna give it sugar because I got a lot more salt. But I'm sugar right now, bro.
All right, you'll give me the sugar. All right, you can give him the salts. All righty. I believe that is it with the genres. I will do a quick double.
But you didn't do best drama.
That's right.
Ooh.
Let's do that. All right, that will be.
I feel like he's mentioned that because he's got like a good point to make about his drama.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm sure he does, and I think I do too, but we will get to it.
I don't. But...
Matt's gonna agree with me.
Near.
He could.
You go near, right? I was expecting near. Since mine has been Trigun.
All right, let's.
Cake?
I lost the cake. Damn it! Oh man, it was like a dramatic type of cake.
Upside down.
Let's just do the onion cake.
Key lime cake.
Yep, let's do it.
All right. No, it was Vinland Saga, bro.
Yes.
Vinland Saga was a whole drama, bro. It's like the most theatrical. This shit could be a fucking play, bro. Like Vinland Saga. If this shit was a play, bro, I'm going. Give me the play bill. I'm on this shit right now. No, Vinland Saga was a whole drama. It was about emotions. Every episode was about how somebody felt. Thorfinn having to conquer his fears, his emotions, his abandonment. He's snatched away from his dad. He's killed a lot of people, washing away the blood, his sins, the weight of it. He was probably in that raid that killed Einar's family, bro. I'm pretty fucking sure he was in that first raid. It was straight drama, dude. And then when they shift halfway through the series and start focusing on the king and trying to take over England, I'm like,
Canute, yeah.
Yeah, and then when your boy went to hell, that's when they got all supernatural and shit. Dude giving us like theatrical, bro. This was like the fucking anime Othello. Yeah, bro, this was an absolute drama, bro. Drama masterpiece, Vinland Saga.
Ethan?
I went Revengers just because more of the thriller aspect of it that I probably could have voted for thriller, all things considered. I just enjoy like the week-to-week drama of like, I mean, it's not necessarily so dramatic because you obviously know where the story is heading, but just the cliffhangers and the way that they did it, I thought was really well. And just the continued like idea of like the different scenarios and different like subplots to different things. I thought I enjoyed that very much. So that's why I went with Tokyo Revengers.
Vinland. Everything about it. I love the drama of it. As Starman said, it is basically a fucking play. If this was something that would get a live action thing, I would not be opposed to it.
it's the best animated season that could get an adaptation like live action. It's like the only one.
And fucking Canute of all people, that's how he was as a character, just the growth.
Is he black? Because Canute is an African name. Is it not?
He's English. He's a white Englishman.
He could be black.
Literally the first Englishman down there.
It could be black, bro. Could have a black Englishman. They got plenty of those.
They do, but not in a time where they had slaves and all that shit. But no, again, this the evolution of all the characters that were alive from season 1, like Thorfinn and Canute. There's the complete 180 of it. Just the drama behind it. Just how they feel, especially Einar, and then everything. It was emotion, just a bunch of emotion in it, and especially for Thorfinn and Canute again, but for different reasons. Fucking Canute's like the fucking Mad King now, just straight up.
I'm on this fucking farm, bro.
Yeah, that too. Like, holy shit.
Farm's interesting as fuck.
Exactly, and we're halfway done, and I can't wait. Fuck, but yeah, Finland drama, absolutely.
If I watched it, I probably would have picked it too. No,
yeah. All right, the Swiss roll. Visuals, it's a new award. Best visual. Not something that's anime, like the background, the scenery.
I never added it. You know something? I never added it.
You didn't do a best visual.
Oh, man, I gotta think of it on the fly.
But just go and say Trigun, bro. Damn, it ain't hard.
But Starman, what's yours while he figures this out?
Oh, only mine.
Okay.
Only mine. Visually, bro. Like visually, this was my visually. From the character designs to that pink saucy overlay that they just threw on every damn near episode. Just the pop art. I told y'all, like, I really like pop art. Like when the colors pop and they're like really abstract. And sometimes the backgrounds were just like a simply drawn chair with like an overlay of like triangles or some shit. And it's just like splashing in the background just to make you focus on the characters. They were just like, don't even worry about the background. We want you to look at how cute, my hero looks right now in this scene, how Kaede looks in this scene. I really appreciated what they did with the animation in that episode, and the art.
Ethan?
One moment.
All right, while you do yours, Finland Saga. It's just beautiful to look at, especially when you look at the farm, like the sun rising on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Just the feels.
That ain't no bad choice. Vinland,
it's beautiful.
Backgrounds. No, if we talking like background arts, like in scenery, like
that's what I mean for like visual stuff like that, like just everything around it.
Like just
animation, like stuff that's not anime. Like I feel like those people deserve credit.
No. Vinland. I wrote like Vinland.
It's just straight up beautiful.
Category. I thought this was the exact same thing as like best animation.
No. I want to give them its own thing because again, it could be like I like the animation for this, but the background for this other show is so much better.
Yeah.
Like Call of the Night. Like I love the fucking background of that.
Got you.
Yeah. So because of that, I'm switching it up because I had my animation is here, but I didn't put the visual. So for visual, I'm gonna switch it to what I had for animation. Ice Guy.
Okay.
Give it to Ice Guy. Again, what Sean and what Starman has said in terms of like that moment, and that to me that's the perfect encapsulation of that type of visual is when he accidentally makes everything a ice palace. That was actually so picturesque, so beautiful. When you go back to the Christmas episode, when they're in front of like the big Christmas tree, I thought that was also very visual. And even one thing I love Hamuro's home. Hamuro's home is very old Japanese-esque.
Yeah.
But I love that. I feel like it's very homey, it's very dimly lit. Like, I love that type of style of his home. And so yeah, I'll give it to that. In terms of Ice Guy, one thing in terms of the animation that sets it apart, and Sean and I both agree on this, Starman and I both agree on this, is the eyes. 100%. The fact that you have classic eyes and you don't ever see that, like, sure, they may shine a little bit, like they may like beam a little bit, but in terms of just the subtlest movement of like looking down, looking to the side, looking up, looking at the person, looking like sideways when it's like kind of shifty and embarrassed, etc. I think that's a very underrated piece of the animation. And
Right.
I thought that's a wonderful visual because that also encapsulates the feelings that Starman had said in terms of when Himuru or Fuyutsuki are flustered or embarrassed. Same thing with Komori and Saejima. I think that matches very perfectly for that. So.
All
2
right.
for 1, animation and
All right.
No,
now,
I
now,
chose different animation, but
now,
I had it at animation. But
yeah.
if we want visuals,
now we're gonna do actual animation next. So the cheesecake, best animation.
only mine.
All right.
on my Trigon, and
All right.
again,
With
but
the
still
CG, yeah.
the CG, and again, just that final episode, that fight between Nai and fucking and Vash, incredibly done. That was from the time that they were going again. What blew me away from that is that as the culmination is happening, you see them going up, one fucking purple light, one blue light streaking up in the sky, and then as they're coming down and they're both disintegrating, the animation in terms of Nai's fucking face boiling off because of the disintegration. He's still talking, still moving, yet you see half a skull, you see muscle, clearly well defined. That was absolutely incredible. The explosion that happened to July was absolutely insane. And that's something that if you remember seeing the flashbacks to the explosion in the original Trigun, it's just, very simple because of the art of that style. At the time, but when you see the explosion, how it was done, because of the cube of energy blowing up, creating an entire crater, and even the other visual in episode 10, when you see the woman, the woman of life, right, coming from this tree of life, coming before you, and I'm like, you see it slowly developing, and it's like tree roots, and then it starts turning into a face, then it turns into a fully formed, wonderfully curved female figure. That in essence is, as I mentioned, like a tree of life. This is Mother Nature manifested before you. That was absolutely phenomenal. And so those last few scenes, 100%, I think, definitely sealed it for me.
Alrighty, for me, Onimai. It's just beautiful. Everything was. I love the colors of it, the smoothness of it. I would have picked Trigun for the CG, but Onimai is just. It's very cozy. It matches the theme of everything. It's just beautiful. It's cute. I get the cute energy out of it. They do a nice job of it. So yeah, I love Onimai. So
Moe energy, man. No, I'm a sucker for it, man. Like, nah,
Moe. Cute.
Yep. More cute.
No. It was really dope, like art wise, man. Just like, and then one of my favorite scenes, just to even say that, is like on the last episode. There's a scene when she's crying, and talking to her sister, and it's like you see the gloss on the eyes, or I tried to like, even from like the clips I chose for like each episode that I posted, I tried to post a good like just clip from the episode that encapsulated just how well or simple the animation was, but it was effective. And the fact that every episode she has on a different outfit, I thought that was cool. Ever since like Totally Spies was one of the first cartoons like I remember in the US, where every episode they had a different outfit. Kim Possible was another, outside of when she's in her uniform gear. I really like that. Sailor Moon was one of the first anime that really switches up the girls having outfits. So I always appreciate when animators decide to give someone a new outfit, and because of the new outfit, they change the background of the scenery to make the colors pop in what they're wearing. And that takes a lot of effort, because it's so much easier if someone has the same silhouette, the same outfit every time. You can do the same backgrounds, but when you switch it up like that, I think it really helps. I think that's really dope.
Alrighty, now the marble cake best fight.
Best fight. Oh man, I have Sid versus everybody. Fucking.
Is it most of the last fight where you're basically fucking trolling?
Yes, bro. That last fight on Eminence and Shadow, bro, when he literally took on the elf, bro. He took on anybody, whoever wanted smoke, bro. Like Sid just gave it. He gave them all smoke, bro. I am Shadow. Oh my fucking god! And then he scared the fuck out of him with the atomic bomb. Oh shit,
I
bro.
decided, nah, I'm not doing it.
Not gonna do it. Everybody, I'm talking about they pissed themselves. But they thought he was finna fucking die. And he just pulled that shit back after he just. Oh man, that yeah. That was the best fight scene, man. That was some good. That was some good fights. Don't get me wrong,
No,
but
that was a fun fight.
that was a fun fight.
Even
Bash and Knives.
all right.
Bash and Knives was fucking phenomenal. That was a true back and forth. Oh, basically, it was a fight for the survival of the planet. I mean, it doesn't get much fucking deeper than that. Basically, you have everybody around you. You see Nicholas there, like, oh, you're not gonna run away. Like, it's the end of the world anyway. So fuck, what does it matter? And you just see that life and death struggle over Nye and his maniacal like fanization of like wanting to be like having independent plants and have this whole independent world of all these like perfect beings. Meanwhile, Bash is trying to basically save humanity for all their flaws and issues. He believes in human nature because he finds the positivity and the goodness in that. That's something to so easily invest in. The fight was incredible, as I mentioned earlier, in terms of like the finale scene, from them going up into space to them coming down to the ramifications of how that happened. And then even at the end, Vash won the fight, but he left a defeated man, missing an arm. He went through hell to try and save the world, and now he's got a $60 billion bounty on his head for it. That's very powerful from that perspective, and it tells the entire story of Trigun and how did it become from 6 million to 60 billion when you first enter, or 600 billion, whatever it is, when you first see this original series. Now you really see everything for what it was, and that just back and forth struggle. And then even just the side pieces, you have what's it called, you have what's her face, Meryl, just trying to call out and feeling defeated. You have all the build up to that moment where you think Nye is going to basically get what he wants, and then it's because of Meryl and it's because of his love for what's her face,
Rem.
Oh, man.
That fucking that galvanizes Vash to be able to break from that spell and find it within himself to, I have to defeat my brother no matter how bad it is. I have to defeat my brother so I can save everything that we ever really dreamed of. That's glorious.
Bash and Knives. I love the fight. Like the visuals of it. I liked, again, the struggle of Bash's mentality when he was actually like hooked up to this thing. This everything surrounded around him is, at the end of the day, it was Bash's fault.
Yeah.
That Knives started everything, like crashing everything, killing everyone. And then like when Bash finally wakes up, you get that amazing gunfight, the dodging of it, the animation of the visual of it. Again, the one-winged angel shit with Bash and Knives. I love that. And it's again, he won, but was it worth it? He lost his brother. He tried, despite all that, he tried so hard to get Nye back. At the same time, Nye was trying to say that he was doing this for Vash at the same time. And just the arguments between them, it's just like, who's right, who's wrong? They had that same mentality. They had different mentalities of it, but it's just it's hard to argue with either of them. And despite humanity, Agent Vash, he still chooses to do it. He still wants to blend in. Like he believes that much in humanity, and because of that, he lost his brother from it. So just the emotion of it, I liked it for that. The emotion of it, the visuals of it, and we got a cool little gunplay. So I gave it to that. Where'd he go?
You lost the camera, buddy.
No. That was me. I had that.
Okay. All right, we got the characters next. Let's get to it. Angel Food Cake, protagonist.
Best protagonist. Man, best protagonist was Ainz from Magical Revolutions.
Okay.
She dealt with a lot. She was born with the ability to not do magic, and a little backstory about the anime is she's a royal, and the thing is, her ancestors made pacts with magical spirits. That's why the royal bloodline is so powerful with magic. Like all the nobles can do magic. Her brother, who is her younger brother, he can do magic. She can't. She was born first. So because she can't do magic, she ends up saying, you know what? The nobles will never accept me. Fuck it. I'm giving up my claim to the throne. My brother can have that shit. Ends up fucking with her brother because he's like, wait a minute. So the only reason I'm next in line for the throne is not because I earned it, not because you wanted me to have it. I'm second fiddle. You only giving it to me as a constellation because my sister can't do magic. And then she does all this impressive shit with the magicology. And every stage of her brother's life one ups this nigga. And he hates it. And he ends up becoming, spoiler, like her greatest villain because childhood trauma. Like, big sister shitted on him, even took his girl. Like, they got beef. But she had to deal with the politics of the world she grew up in because she's a noble. She has to deal with her brother hating her, her family misjudging her, and the responsibilities as a princess on some Game of Thrones shit. On top of that, she got this girl that's like, yo, I do anything for you. And she's like, bro, I don't really know how I can do all of this. There's too many people depending on me. And the pressure starts to get to her. You have to watch the anime to see how she deals with the pressure. But like any good protagonist, bro, she has her share of weight on her shoulders. But power friendship. She doesn't have to carry that shit alone. And she inspires others around her in order to help her carry that load. And that's ultimately what makes her a great protagonist. She's a badass, total female badass, and we don't get shout out to Ezra Scarlett. We don't get too many female badasses in anime too much, but she was definitely one. So yeah, she's my favorite protagonist.
Okay, Ethan,
good stuff. For all the shit that I talked about this man in the prequel, I got so much more and everything that I would have wanted from him in the prequel now, or let me phrase it, in the original to the prequel now. I gave it to Vash.
Oh,
I gave it to Vash. Vash gave you everything you could want from a character. He gave you a reason to care about him. He gave you flaws. He gave you struggle. He gave you love and passion and empathy. And he gave you so much. And again, as we talk about Trigun, they gave that to all their characters. But in particular, one of the things I always used to criticize, why doesn't Vash just shoot a nigga, bro? Just pop, easy done, said and done. And everyone would criticize me like, oh no, like that's not what it is. Like he's killed so many people and he doesn't want to kill anybody, like he doesn't want people dying. Big deal, right? How I felt, but now we see why. And it is all of that we just mentioned, but in particular, it, as Matt said, it's his internal struggle with dealing with the guilt of his part in the crash that killed so many people, that killed his motherly figure, this woman that he loves so much. And the fact that he's also partially responsible for Knives, who's out there killing mercilessly. And he has a gang of cohorts that are just mercilessly kill. And he feels that it's his fault. He's part of the reason why this maniacal freak is out there in the world just massacring people on a daily basis. And he knows that he has the power to stop him, whether that be through his words, which don't work out, or that be with his powers, which is eventually what happens. And so he gives you all the reasons to give a shit about a character, and he gives you all the explanation in terms of who Vash is, especially having seen the previous one and knowing the fact that, at least from my perspective, I never got that connection from him. I certainly got the connection this go around. I think he's the most polarizing main character out of all the shows that I saw. And yeah, I was thoroughly impressed, surprised, and I loved seeing Bash every single week. Love seeing Bash every single week. Before, when I used to watch the old one, I used to be like, oh, fucking Bash. I cared far more about Wolfwood, and we didn't get him till midway through the original. And so not only did we get Wolfwood, and we gave a reason for him to care about Wolfwood fairly on, but like I said, just that in-depth buildup of Vash the character, Vash the human, because he's an independent. We got the buildup of Vash the human, the representative of the human world. You know, I went with Vash.
That's what I was looking for. Very well spoken, Ethan. I'm proud of you.
Vash, for the reasons he said. It says he was someone you could actually sympathize. Like, he knows the guilt of everything he did, and he bears it to himself, and he still has a smile on his face.
Yeah. And he's
The whole
still
time.
selfless. He's still selfless. He's
Yeah.
willing to take damage. He's willing to get himself hurt. He's willing to die so that other people, and especially his friends, don't die. I mean, it's magical. It's magical.
Yeah, and somebody has to smile, and it's him, despite how people feel about him.
This nigga Jesus.
Who?
It's fucking Easter.
Yeah.
Jesus. Vash is Jesus.
Yes.
Easter this weekend, bro. It was a whole pun, and it just went over your head.
I got it now.
I
got it now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It is Easter weekend. Shit.
It is. Happy Holy Thursday, everybody.
Yeah. All right. Devil Food Cake antagonist.
All right. I'm probably going. I don't know if this is gonna be unanimous, but I thought Knives was a pretty fucking good.
It's gonna be unanimous.
It's
gonna be unanimous. Yeah, this is our third unanimous. It's Knives.
Knives, bro. Knives didn't give a fuck.
For every good protagonist, you need to have an equal antagonist, dude. That was my thought process.
It's like the more I watched, I got to the end and I was just like, bro, you still have not given me a real reason. And when he finally gave it, it was just like, because fuck him, that's why. And I'm like, well, all right, that's the most villainous reason you need for fuck the world. Because fuck them. Fuck people. Fuck the world. They need to die. Fuck them. And I was like, damn, bro.
Yeah, like they treat us like shit. They dissect us for what?
All shit that we can all sympathize with.
Just to pay electric bill?
A lot of humans are pieces of shit. They're stupid. They're inconsiderate. Yeah. All the shit that we agree on. All three of us don't like people.
They keep fighting. They never fucking learn. Oh no, he was straight up Ultron. He was the GP chat that read the internet and just said, yeah, I want to kill people. Y'all evil. I was just like, yeah, bro. He was a whole fucking Ultron, bro. He was just read the internet, bro. I swear, bro. Knives went on Twitter and just said, fuck y'all, I'm done.
Yeah.
Right.
It was fucking amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah,
like
so we're unanimous on that.
For an amazing protagonist, you need to have an equal antagonist. And
they did a good job here.
Yeah, 1000%.
All right. Plum Cake, Husbando.
Husbando. Husbando. All right, man. Kazuki, man. Buddy Daddies, man. He was a bro.
That's fair, actually.
He was literally forced to be a dad, bro. Then he found out, spoilers, the baby wasn't even his. It's the guy he killed. But he's so attached, he just can't say no to that smile. And he just has to, once you learn about his backstory, about how he lost his wife and she was pregnant with his child, you kind of really feel how he's like, I was denied of being a father, and this is my second chance to do it. And so much so, I'm gonna bring my roommate along for the ride. Hey, bro,
I'm gonna change my roommate to be a second husband in a way.
I'm just saying, it's just like he was. I like the fact that they kept focus on, he was dad number one. You know what I'm saying? Ray got to be the cool dad, but as far as husband material, nah, man, this man can clean, he can cook. He can pick out outfits for kids. He know how to help her get friends. He was able to be the cool dad at school. On top of all of this, he can cook a mean-ass French toast and kill people. Bro, I feel like that's a dad, boy. You provide and you protect. He provides. He protects. That's a husband right there.
Right. Ethan?
I was going to give it to Amane, but for all the reasons that Starman just listed about Kazuki, I'm going to give it to Ray.
Okay.
I'm going to give it to Ray because I think in terms of my life, I think one of the things that I think I struggle, I shouldn't say, well, I do struggle, but I'm not going to get that in depth into my life. But I think it's the principle of a complete like change in your life, in your narrative. If Kazuki had to deal with all the stuff that you had just mentioned, Starman, Ray had to deal with it in an even further extent, from the point of this guy grew up so like cold, so heartless. He grew up basically without a mother. He definitely grew up without a mother. He grew up basically without a father. He grew up in a cold world. And by the end of Buddy Daddies, he not only has stepped up tremendously in terms of taking care of Mary, but he fully embraces the role of fatherhood. He fully embraces the benefits and the joys of fatherhood. He fully rolls with the punches, with the struggles and the downs of being a father. He finds common ground in order to bond with his new child.
Yeah, God damn, man. Like,
Yeah,
God, you're right though, man.
yeah, bro. I mean, like it is an eye-opening experience as someone as myself who's dealing with a woman with multiple children, and something that I have to, kind of adapt to in my life and have yet to do so for various reasons. Just to see that exemplary like figure in this show in terms of what that could look like from both Kazuki and Ray's perspective, but especially from Ray's perspective, to grow up with like absolutely nothing in terms of a real love, and be able to cultivate this entire being and be the second father to a needing child, and be a supportive adult to our primary father, Kazuki. I think it speaks wonders. And I think that's something that, women should genuinely look for in a man, someone who can adapt, and someone who can grow, and someone that will step up, and someone that you can cultivate in a way where if they don't have that, as long as you see there's some sort of foundation for that, you can push ahead and you can mold them into somebody who can fit that role because you do believe in them. And Kazuki, for all of his greatness that he comes through, he helps Ray and he molds Ray into becoming that father figure that steps up. And by the end of it, he is a fabulous father, way better than many fathers that are out there in the world today. So, Ray.
Okay. I gave it to Vash.
Vash.
He's fucking cute. Yeah, Vash is cute, man. Come on.
The humanoid typhoon?
Yeah, fuck yeah. I'd date him. Okay, I like his look. He's like type of guy that's like very compassionate person. I think that's the stuff I would like for in a person that like understands emotion, that type of thing. And so he's probably a goof, but you know what? That's stuff like we just have fun together, type of thing. There's learning stuff as we go along. He's the type of guy that's something you want to grow with, whether you have some skills and he has the other. So that's it for me with that. Let's see. The lolly cake. Waifu.
I feel like lolly cake should be like the
not that type of lolly. Stop it.
What is the etchy cake again? That should be the lolly cake.
We did the exotic.
No, bro, that's just gross. Like, no.
Yeah, what the fuck,
like,
man?
Etchy and lolly don't go together, bro.
Have a seat.
What they do is like no.
It's part of the genre, is all I'm saying.
It's not only
I will say my pick. I mean, Ethan, do the honors. Who is my wife? Come on, who is my wife for the season, bro?
My waifu as well, Fuyutsuki.
Oh,
I thought you were just gonna go with Fuyutsuki.
Carol, bro. It's Carol.
I thought it was Fuyutsuki. I went with Fuyutsuki.
It's Carol, bro. Carol over and bro, Carol, bro. Let me speak the gospel of Carol.
What? Please, because what?
Carol, bro. The gospel of Carol, the
I
girl.
thought we were in agreement here because how much you love Ice Guy.
Oh no, bro. Carol, bro. I fucking love Carol, bro. She sold the whole series.
You want Carol as a wife? You see her as wife material.
Yeah,
that's what waifu means.
Because I see myself rich.
But you're not, nigga. You're fucking you.
Hey, but Carol though. No, man. Carol was just man. Carol isn't the airhead that they made her out to be in the beginning. She's actually considered
less, but still airheaded.
Yeah, but that's what just makes her fun. She's cute, she's fun, she knows how to dress, she has a great relationship with her mom. She really cares about her friends. And like she can play dirty. She knows how to like jerk your chain and like gets what she wants. I really like Carol.
I don't
Like
find that to be
they brought
redeeming
from
quality
the aesthetic to
in a
the
woman, bro. I'm
personality.
sorry. I
Nah, from the
don't.
aesthetic to the personality, Carol, man. Carol was just so much fun to watch each week. Like it like more so to look at because you know she's just like cute. I just like how they drew her, and I just like the voice actress, even in English. Oh my god, like she brought the cuteness on with the English role, the way she voiced her, like everything was just perfect. Like Carol was like my favorite. Like, yeah, that was my favorite female character. That's the waifu right there, man.
See, I feel like you described your favorite female character. You didn't describe a waifu, bro, because a waifu is supposed to be someone that you look at from like a wife perspective. Somebody you want, someone you would dream of from a wife's view. That's what the husbando was. That's what we kind of just described with. Well, Matt kind of deviated that a little bit from that, but in terms of like those like redeeming qualities in a significant other, I think that's what you look
I would
at. It's
totally
either there's two options. You go to waifu and husbando from that perspective, or you look at the fucking jerk off material like a lot of the perverts do.
no,
One or the other.
I would totally date Carol, bro. Like if I was in that anime, Carol
I
be
feel
the
like I
girl.
would punch a baby if I was dating Carol. I'm sorry.
Like, bro, you don't get this Alabama cousin shit the fuck out of here, bro. Like, no, motherfucker, I'm going after Carol. But yeah,
Were they officially like cousins for real?
I mean, third cousins, fourth cousins. I don't know. You know how.
Well, but yeah, that's a thing in Japan. So,
And they're English, but fuck it, they do it too.
Yeah, but Ethan, you already blurred yours out.
Yeah, Fuyutsuki for a similar reason. I shouldn't say similar because it's two different stories, but Fuyutsuki is I love the perspective. I love her perspective. I love the way she acts. Her cool and calm demeanor is very soothing. And yet there's glimpses of innocence and as Starman said, the misunderstandings that she's experienced through her life where people haven't been able to approach her. And I think that when it comes to that, I think that the people that are sometimes unapproachable, not because they're bitchy or because they're dicks or assholes, but because they're misunderstood, there's fine qualities that you may have to dig them out, but there are fine qualities that you can dig out from that. First, and again, she's as Starman was said about Carol, Fuyutsuki is incredibly gorgeous in terms of how she's drawn. She's a diligent worker at work. She focuses on her career. She loves her cat. She's a wonderful animal person. I'm an animal person, so anybody that loves animals, that always gets points. And even though her eyes are cold for the entire season, but there's something that draws you to them. It's something that you can't put a finger to it, but there's like a feeling, and I love that from my perspective when I deal with my chick. Like, you look into somebody's eyes and you can feel a story. You can feel feelings. You feel warmth, sadness, confusion, depression, thoughtfulness, joy.
How was your pet not my hero?
How
was it literally the girl that cooks, cleans, and tells you to pat her on the head and you look great? And how, bro? Like, you trying to sell me on this whole series, but she ain't your waifu when literally her whole sole purpose is to be a fucking wife. She has no purpose in life. Nobody loves this bitch. So she's pouring everything into this nigga because feels like, you know what, my purpose is to be his wife. I need something to do in life. I have nobody. Bruh, how is she not your choice?
I can't describe it. I can't truly describe it. There's something about Fuyutsuki that drew me to her. I think I really can't answer that question. I understand your perspective and I weighed it down. For me, I thought the easy choices were that, but yeah, no, I think probably what turned me off at the beginning for Mahiru was her unapproachable nature. Again, she's another character that's fairly misunderstood. But there's just something about her personality beyond her redeeming qualities that you just alluded to. It's just something about her like overall personality and the way that she acts at various points of the season that it just doesn't click the same. And
Boring.
so while I appreciated the romance between them and it worked given the personalities between the two, I just think in terms of a stronger waifu, I would go with Fuyutsuki. I don't know. There's something about it. I just can't put my finger exactly on it, but I'm still attracted to Fuyutsuki.
Nah, that was the biggest surprise of the night, bro. I did not, bro. You threw me for a loop. That's whew. I had to let that one marinate, Ethan. Damn.
Yeah, surprise. That's the first surprise of many yet to come.
Shit.
Yeah, I actually gave it to Mahiru.
No, okay.
No, again, everything's there. The
Somebody
cooking.
had to. It wasn't gonna be me.
That was it. It was again. It's the cooking, the cleaning actually comforts when you need it, and you just give her head pats in exchange, basically. She's despite her basically being Taiga without assorting, almost killing you every time with the tsundere shit. But
that's why I think that's probably it, Matt. That's probably why I didn't feel it from that.
But I would say Fuyutsuki, just for the fact of vibing, she's the type of server that you just want to vibe with, exist with.
It's a clear vibe, and although like Mahiru and Amane, they grow in terms of their connection, it's very wholesome, no doubt. I just feel like Fuyutsuki, like you said, there's just a feeling you get when you hang out with her that's very calming, and it feels very homely in its own way, you know.
I feel. I mean, that's why I think they're such a great couple.
Right.
I don't like Himuro. I love Fuyutsuki. I just don't like Himuro very much. He's not the worst. He's not the worst rom-com MC ever. I definitely would not say that. What? I think that's definitely fucking what's his dick from Koikimo. That piece of shit. Who's fucking grooming a 17-year-old and he's 28. Fucking creep. Anyway.
Okay.
You didn't see Koikimo? Starman?
I started it, but I dropped that shit. For a lot of the same reason you were saying. I was just like, hey, bro. Hey, I'm open-minded, but hey, bro, chill. You working at this damn restaurant? Like shit going.
No, he's just he's a high-level salary man. He's a high-level salary man. He falls in love with this high school girl.
He just caught up, bro. He just waiting for her to damn cross that threshold.
Right,
I'm like,
let's move on. Coffee and walnut cake, best duo, not couple, duo.
Best duo.
Yep.
I like the best duo.
I mean,
best duo.
Ray and Katsuki, bro. Like, buddy daddies, bro. Like, bro, like they were the duo, bro. Like these, like. I like the fact that, bruh, we work together, we live together, now we raising this girl together. We ain't together, but you my dog, bruh. I got your back, you got my back. I really like the whole like friendship because they represented like real fucking friends. Like that's how me and my brothers are. Like it's like real, like, hey bro, get your ass up and go do this while I take care of that. And when I need him, he clutch. He got my fucking back, bro. And like just that last fight scene just let you know he was willing to put his life on the line for homie. Was just like, yo, bro, you got that gun in my face, but I ain't scared because I know Ray is gonna handle this shit. Like complete utter faith in his partner, bro. Like nah, man. Like you need homies like that, bro. That was Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, bad boy partnership right there. Like I really respected like the friendship. Like nah, bro. That was a good ass duo, man. Shout out to them.
Yeah, that's real. No, that's real. That's real.
Good.
That's real.
Ethan?
I went with the Tokyo Manji gang. I went because at the end of the day, no matter what shit Takemichi gets himself into, who's there to bail him out? Tokyo Manji gang, and they down with him 100%. So much so they booted out Kisaki, and they mentioned, and this is, I think, I don't remember exactly when it's mentioned, but they're like, there's something about you. People are drawn to you. People are willing to go to bat for you. People are willing to fucking fight and almost die for you. Like, I think that's real as fuck. Like, you know, the gang shit, like it's supposed to be that way, but
gang.
You know, but a lot of times you don't get that. You get a lot of turncoats, snitches, niggas that'll leave you out there. Like Manji Gang is 1000% behind Takemichi. They see Takemichi as 1000% a pillar to that gang, a solid rock, a foundation for their successes, and they just love him. Even though he's a crybaby bitch, you know, they find empathy with him. They find that he's real, 100% honest. Like even though his crying gets annoying, it never comes from like a bad place. It comes from honesty. It comes from care, and they feel that. And because of that, they're like, oh man, like this guy is down for us. Like even if he can't do shit, like he's still down with us. He's still real with us. We're gonna be real and down with him. And so they held him down. He was gonna die. He was gonna die multiple times. And various members of the gang saved his ass, stepped up, and helped him accomplish what he wanted to accomplish, which most of them, except for Chifuyu, didn't know what that was. So,
okay. Thorfinn Einar from Vinland Saga.
Einar. I keep thinking
Einar.
I keep thinking anal. Einar.
Einar.
Einar. You gotta say it German. You gotta say it German. Einar.
That was my second choice.
No,
Bro.
this how it built up from basically them not knowing each other to the fight. Einar almost choked him out to death because he couldn't take his PTSD to find out that he was a soldier, but he's not the one that killed his family. They developed as friends. Like he was right. He was why Thorfinn was smiling again. Finally, the fact that he had a friend, and when they lost their crops to fucking other people that are living at the farm, they fought together. Thorfinn cracked the first punch.
Mm-hmm.
And then even when Thorfinn was knocked out, Einar was fucking fighting, and then he was still fighting to the fight, and then he fucking collapsed. But yeah, they fought together, they ride and die together. That's the friendships.
Are you guys the hyena generation?
Yes.
What does that mean?
I have no idea, but yes.
I don't know. It depends.
Life in hyenas.
I ain't claiming no generation. Nope. Except the Asian Kung Fu generation.
Alrighty. Wedding cake. Couples. Actual couples.
Oh, Himuro Fuyusuke. Like,
yeah, it was
Himuro Fuyusuke, bro. Like, for the reasons I mentioned earlier, bro. Typically, opposites attract, but they have so much in common, and they continue to bring the best out of each other. They both warmed my heart whenever they were on screen, and like I said, man, I got to give them all of their praises just for like being a realistic couple. But I've been in Himuru's shoes before. I've been in his shoes before, like, and I was just like, damn, bro, it really do be like that. Like, and if you could see my anxiety, and my anxiety was snow blizzards and fucking snowmen popping out of me and shit. Oh man, like that, the social anxiety for all the reasons, Matt. I think you really appreciate Bochi the Rock, bro. That's how that shit hits me with him. So the same reasons, like you said, Ethan, about Fuyusuke being like best waifu, I feel like, bro, she's a good catch. For him though, a good catch. Like they complete each other, and it was just so sweet to watch. Man, I got cavities.
Amane and Maharu. No surprises there, all things considered. No surprises. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, even though I mentioned Fuyusuke is my waifu, in terms of someone to build with, you do have to go with Maharu, and that's one of the biggest pieces of the show with Angel Next Door is finding someone when you're down, finding someone who's accepting of you, and finding someone who will build with you. And Mahiru and Amane build each other up in many ways, and it's a wholesome series. There's nothing in the way, sort of like any sort of fan service or sexualness, and this will, you know, I'll get into it a little bit later in another category in terms of Amane, but just how he presents himself and how he always puts Mahiru on a pedestal without putting her on a pedestal.
Simp.
He's not a simp. He's not a simp. Clearly he's not a simp, because he would be like all those other fucking guys, just like, oh, you're so pretty, oh, you're so hot, oh, like you're in my house every day, why don't you suck my dick, different type of shit. Like, you know, he's not like that whatsoever, bro. And I think that's wonderful. And I think when it boils down to it, just in terms of how their interactions are, and you know, and again, I'll get into it more when we get into the top 13, but just in terms of how I aspire my future life to be with my partner, it would be just like Amane and Mahiru, just chilling on the couch, work is done, relaxing with each other, having a drink, they're having tea, whatever, that's fine. But there's just a calmness to their interactions that speaks volumes in that regard. And the comfortability that the both of them have with each other is through the roof, like just, the subtlest things about each other. You can pick up on that. You can know what the other person is thinking without knowing the other person's thinking, even though it takes Amane for fucking ever to fucking figure it out. He does know, and he just, is doubtful of that. But credit to Amane. When I talk about one of the other categories that we're going to get into, I'll get more into details about that. But just like in terms of, how Starman said he feels Fuyutsuki and Himuru he relates to that. I relate to Amane and Mahiru in terms of what I've experienced, what I want to experience again, and those things, and those aspects of their dynamic touched me very much at multiple times through the season, where you can kind of just like squeal at the little moments that mean so much. And I've learned recently over a fairly recent time, like those little moments that you do get with your significant other do mean the fucking world. And to have that on a consistent basis throughout that season is definitely something magical, because when shit fails, when you're having a bad day, when you're not feeling yourself, you have that person next to you, and everything is forgotten, everything feels better, and both of them do that for each other, and you can feel that radiate through the screen. No, most people can, obviously Starman can't, but most people can feel that radiation through the screen, and it is something that you appreciate a lot. And I think, I don't know what Matt's gonna say, but out of the three of us, he's the one who's married and happy, and I'm sure he can attest to having those moments when he has that bad day at work and he's all pissed off because they're fucking with him, and he comes home and Bash is there to just chill and make him laugh and fucking make him feel good about life that they've built together up in the fucking home in the middle of the fucking mountains. But this is their peace, and they appreciate their peace, and they're each other's peace, and that is exactly what anybody should want in a relationship, I feel. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I give it to them too. It's something, again, this is something that both couples have built up very well. And I just liked their end. I like their end game messages of how Amane wants to do it for himself too, not just her. And then with Fuyutsuki Hiromu, I like their chemistry better as with their interactions. Like, I like that more. Again, they're dating without saying it. That's the way they hang out. It's like they don't need an "I love you" right away. It's just it's something that's going to blossom more, especially if we get a season 2 of that. But again, a high school or a adult relationship,
I doubt we get a season 2, Matt, all things considered. Unfortunately, I don't think we get a season 2.
Well, High Card fucking got one, so
yeah. Well, High Card never.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a very. I feel like it's a fairly complete story. Obviously, the lovers in us want to see more. We want to see how their life is like after the fact. We want to see what their dynamic is like once they're already out in school. So, I mean, just to see that piece. And then I think I would love to see a season 2 in particular, just to see what's going to happen when Mahiru has to deal with her mother one final time.
Angel will definitely get one.
You think?
With how the light novel ends, yeah.
Well, I haven't read.
Yeah, well, so my friend did, and there's more. They can get a season out of it.
Knocking on wood, then.
Yeah. My friend said the light novel is better.
A lot of people who I did a lot of reading online to understand what the appeal was in this anime, because it just didn't click for me. I didn't understand the hype, the appeal. But when you love something, you love it. So I'm never gonna knock someone loving something that they want to give love to. I do want to point out, though, Amane, could you pass me the salt? Here, my hero. Having you here really makes me feel thankful. If you weren't here, who would pass me the salt? You don't need to thank me. I've received so much from you. Hold me close and embrace. Lick me dead in my eyes and head pat me while I'm making continuous eye contact. Consider a reward for passing you the salt. Oh, of course. But I'm a man after all. It's okay since it's me. But don't get the wrong idea. But if you have to be more careful
Dead.
around other guys, I'm gonna name you Baka. Doesn't he get it? Bro,
Dead.
this is literally I literally took the dialogue from the fucking show. That was their interaction. Every fucking time their interaction was, chemistry, when you said chemistry, I'm like, man.
I said chemistry for Yusuke Hiromu. I said that chemistry.
Bro. But nah, I had to take some out of my my
That was hilarious. That was certainly fucking hilarious because it's very true. But
Yeah.
like I said in my description, bro, it's the simplest things that really do mean something. Like, bro, like bro, but even like, bro, like if you want to delve deeper in terms of Amane and Mahiru, bro, just like
move on.
Yeah, we got 4 more. Come on.
Ah, God.
Supporting girl with the flourless chocolate cake.
I think
Supporting
this should be
female.
unanimous. This should be unanimous. 1, 2. Are we doing it for real?
Yeah, we'll do it.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Carol. That was unanimous.
All right, unanimous. That's what's up.
4th
All right,
unanimous.
good. I was expecting you to say Misuzu.
No, Carol won me over 100% because Mizuzu was a bitch.
Yeah,
Mizuzu was the reason.
Thank you.
She was very much the reason why everything truly happened with Tomo being the way that it was.
Yeah, she just
All
made
right, gingerbread cake, supporting male or supporting boy.
Oh man.
Oh, this will be a good one.
9S.
Yes.
9S.
I want something different.
Held down to be, man. 9S was best, supporting boy.
Okay, Matt, that's yours as well.
No.
It's not.
I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing with him though, but
it's not yours. Okay.
No.
I went Bakugo.
Okay.
I went Bakugo, and even though Bakugo is kind of a main character, out of all the people that in that like scene when like they were all there, it was Bakugo that really moved Deku. It was Bakugo confessing everything that he held back and having his realization and telling Deku his realization of what their friendship meant, what their friendship was, how he has inspired him, how he's made him better, how he sacrificed his life for him and he didn't know why, but it was because he knew how good of a person Deku was and how important he was, and how Deku has always been selfless. And for the first time truly in his life, it feels Bakugo found a reason to be selfless, and he acted upon that selflessness, and he saved he saved Japan in essence with that, because had he not, Deku would have been fucked. He would have been dead. The world would have been fucked. And Bakugo was down for the cause. He supported him. He led the charge along with Shoto and Uraraka in terms of trying to bring him back. And his words, out of all the classes' words, other than Uraraka's confession, semi-confession, I guess, on top of the roof, in terms of what he meant for Deku, I thought Bakugo was the best example of someone who was 100% supportive of a friend, even if he didn't call him friend, even if he didn't treat him like a friend. When it's all said and done, he was his friend. He was down and he wanted what's best for him. He wanted to be happy with him. He wanted the world to be better because of him. And he supported that cause, and he told him the truth, that everything, in terms of everything that he felt and dealt with and saw, and he laid it all out there. He showed his emotion for the first time in public, and it was a wonderful display.
Despite how I feel about this, Chifuyu.
You okay? Yeah, okay.
He fucking believed Takemichi about being from the future, and he still stuck by him without saying, you need an ice pick lobotomy. Come on. No, he fucking believed him. He supported him throughout all of this. He fought for him. He was fighting off the gang while Takemichi runs away. He had his back throughout the whole thing. Just straight up. And he's not someone that you want as a best friend in your corner. Definitely Chifuyu. I almost picked Einer, but I think Chifuyu did more. Einer, sorry. I almost picked Einer, but Chifuyu, I think he did more as that support.
That's fair. 100%.
All right, let's get to the big ones. Red Velvet, best girl.
My hero. Not my hero. My hero. From Onimai.
Okay.
No, man, like the whole thing, bro. Like it's really. I thought that was really like knowing like just the whole transition from the first life to the new life, and completely like just diving in to like the new you. It's like it was a beautiful thing to watch, but more than anything else, it was like it carried the comedy because it was the subtle changes from the way the world looked, the way situations looked, the way she dressed, to the way to just like she interacted with others. And I think what did it for me was like the Valentine's Day episode. She gives the guys chocolate because she's like, she know what that's like to not get the chocolate. So she gives the fucking chocolate, and the guys are just like, oh shit. Like she realizes, oh shit, I'm the cute girl in class. Fuck. Damn it. Now these boys gonna be all up my ass. Like, and lo and behold, it fucking happens. But I just thought that shit was like really cool. The whole the whole gamer chick. It was just like Kana to Izumi from Lucky Star. It was like that same like cool like vibe. And honestly, I think that's what the whole anime was about Maharu just learning to be a girl. Like, thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, best girl shit. Did most work for it.
Ethan?
What do you guys think?
Bro, come on, man.
Fuyutsuki. No.
Tomo.
Okay.
Tomo. I picked Tomo as my best girl. She wanted to change herself no matter how hard it was. She wanted to change herself entirely to get the man that she wanted. She went through so many ups and downs with a man that wasn't sure about anything, and throughout it, she still kept her love. Her love was solid for this man. She was 100% determined to get her man. She fought literally for her man on multiple occasions. She dealt with all like the shit that went on with Mizuzu as well. She dealt with it with a smile. She made friends, even though they were kind of like, oh shit, Tomo, like the two girls that were like scared of her. She still made friends. She was very accepting of Carol, even though she felt Carol was impeding on her friendship with Mizuzu. She got over that. And again, just everything that she dealt with in terms of him, I'm sorry, her and what's his dick and June. I loved everything that she went through. When she glowed up, she fucking glowed up. She was gorgeous on at least a couple episodes. She
Especially
was
the
truly,
date.
yeah, the date, when she dressed up in her kimono, and when she, especially on the final episode for the date, and her free spirited nature, her competitiveness. I loved all of that, and that finale when she leaped up in June's arms and gave him a kiss after she thought she had to ask him out, even though it's really supposed to be the opposite way. She's like, "You're not going to steal my thunder now." Leaps up, kissed him, and she's like, "From now on, I'm going to be the one to make your heart weak. I'm going to be the one to make your heart, pound and go crazy the way that you do for me." I thought that was a very inspiring line, and I was like, "Damn, that was super solid." And I just loved how much Tomo went through, and how she changed and adapted and grew throughout that series. So,
Okay. No, I'm glad you picked that. That's actually surprising. 2B, Nier Automata. There was progression of her. She went from being like this emotionless soldier, where emotions are forbidden, from like trying to save 9S from the first mission, and then from this thinking about humanity, this what it's like to actually be a human. And it got to the point where she didn't want to kill like these small robots, even though that's her job, that's her mission. And this how she just thinks through and through. She doesn't want to do one thing, but she eventually does it. It's like she just experiencing life for the first time.
mm-hmm.
And it's just that's that stuff about her. It's just showing growth, and I wished we had more of it. But from what we got, yeah, she is showing growth. Like she is acting human. She's like trying to learn how to be human when there's no humanity in this world. Just from stuff from like data reports or just 9S, just trying to help her out. Like, hey, live a little, even though it's like it's stupid, but she actually does. Especially when like she saw the world for the first time, like taking that blindfold off. It's just everything about her, like, and she's a badass on top of it. Straight up. All right, best boy, King Cake.
King Cake. All right, man. I gotta give it to my guy, the ice guy, Himuro.
All right.
Reason I'll give it to Himuro, man. Himuro is a outgoing introvert. He's very introverted. He's very standoffish, but he shows up for his friends. He doesn't just show up for Fuyutsuki. He actually shows up for his friends. He's kind and he kind of knows when to, like, when you're doing too much, like, he was trying to share the coffee with everyone. He really knew that he couldn't just get coffee for Fuyutsuki. He had to get it for everyone. And he gets it. She gets some too. Then they end up just sharing it with everyone. He deals with his anxiety the entire show because he's a mythical snow. His ancestors a mythical snow woman. I think beyond that, him dealing with it, not just his anxiety, but just kind of like showing his feelings, trying not to do too much, but doing just enough to make sure that it doesn't inhibit your growth or development when you get someone. He still understands there's room to grow. He has a relationship with his sister. And even, he gets invited to her house at the end. And it's like, yo, that's a big deal. Like, dude really like, but pick out the right fit. We're going to do this. I'm going to go over here play with that. And the fact that I was able to see him grow as a person because of that. I do briefly want to give June my second, some love for this. Like my second choice was June, mostly because the last episode of Tomo-chan, we got to see Tomo through his eyes. The way they animated it, the way they glossed her up on her beauty, that was totally from the perspective of June and how he always sees her regardless of what she's wearing. Being willing to take on her father in order to know that, look, I have to, like, I don't know, man want me with his daughter. She got to be the one to protect me. I got to be willing to, like, be the one that can protect her. And I like the fact that, she's like, hey, I don't need you to protect me. And he understands that, but still has to be a man. So I got to give him a shout out as my number 2. But Himuro, definitely because I was rooting for him the entire time. And I saw myself in him so much. Yeah, so I had to give it to him. Ethan? What you looking at, bro?
No, I was reading Twitter. That's all. I gave it to Amane. No surprise there. Now let me, for all the shit talk that fucking Starman said, let's get into the details. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of why I chose Amane. I can't deny some of the shit that you said is very factual. It's funny because it's true.
Yeah.
For me, I chose Amane as the best boy because he really 100% truly believed in the greater good, I guess you could say, of that relationship. At the end of the day, I think it speaks volumes because he kept mentioning, I'm a man. But despite the fact he had this beautiful woman that he meant everything to him, despite the fact that he he had their, again, cooking, cleaning, and all the opportunities in the world, the head pats, the closeness, because Mahiru set that boundary for him, he didn't betray that boundary. And I find that to be incredibly wholesome, incredibly rare, to not betray that boundary, no matter how he felt, no matter how much it hurt him, no matter how much he liked her. He was determined to not cross that boundary, to not push her away, to not lose the best thing that he's ever had in his life. I find that to be such a wonderful reward and such a wonderful, like, thought process, because of the fact that that's not the case. I certainly could never do that. If I've got a hot girl coming to my house every day and I'm starting to feel her and I know she feels me, I'm gonna make that move. I'm gonna make that move, bro.
He deserved to make that move because he know he a whole coward.
I disagree, because at the end of the day, as much as like what you said made sense and it made me chuckle, the real reality of trauma is that you can't put yourself in somebody's shoes most of the times for that trauma. And even if you've experienced that trauma, the way trauma affects people, it varies. And so I agree with your sentiment about how the trauma is a lot less than what the anime gave the implication of. But in the same respect,
he didn't work for it. He didn't have to work for anything. That's my biggest gripe with him, is he didn't have to work for nothing. Everything was given. He was just spoiled. He never once started to clean up after himself or take care of himself.
I disagree. He did. When
he did it, bro. She literally told him, "Oh, just let me spoil you. You don't have to do it." So instead of him saying, "You know what, let me level up so she ain't got to do this, so she can do it because she wants to, not because she has to."
But he does, bro. Like, he offers to help her with the cooking. He offers to help her with the cleaning. Like, he steps up in his own way. He doesn't let her do everything.
Damn salt. He just saying shit, bro. He could have. That's his whole place. When she ain't there, he could have did any of those things. He waited till she get there to offer to do it. Nah, nigga, if you really were gonna do it, you would have did it before she came, so y'all could chill on the couch and stare in each other's eyes. But nah, you like being spoiled, but you feel bad that you being spoiled because you feel like you don't deserve it.
And that's fine. I still think at the end of the day, I think what really sets him apart is the fact that he didn't cross that boundary, because he didn't want to push the best thing away. He did not want to push the best thing away. And I think a lot of people deal with that self-confidence, as you said, because he's not a confident person whatsoever. He felt like, like, this is too good to be true. I don't deserve it, but like, again, Mahiru props him up, and he is receptive of that, and he slowly changes because of that. And I think he becomes a really solid man. He becomes a really solid dude because of her. And again, he's just so chivalrous, because you don't see that in anime. You don't see much. You don't see that in any real sort of life in terms of chivalry.
From Rent a Girlfriend does the same chivalrous shit, and you call him a cringe.
He's a simp. That nigga's a simp.
Let you have it. This is what I've been waiting on. Fuck it. Nah, bro. Every point that you give Amane, you will take from Kazuya, bro. He literally does that same. Had a girl throwing himself on you. Nah, I really like this girl, so I'm not gonna betray what I'm trying to build with her for you, even though it's easy and you in my face. Nah, we at my mom's house. You ain't gotta kiss me. Nah, go over there and do this. Nah, I'm taking Sumi on a date. I'm gonna be completely wholesome and protect her and not gonna try her. I got this girl that I really like, a girl that he really likes. She's really supporting and taking care of, and really just trying to be like, look, regardless of the whole money thing, I'm just trying to support you because I know you need support. And no matter how much he levels up, despite his family and everything, you give him shit and you call him a simp. Bruh, nigga, Amane is the biggest fucking simp. How dare you give him best boy? Bruh,
best boy.
He literally talks spicy to women, but ain't say shit to them boys.
You're right. No, that's fair. That's fair. That's
what's the other girl? His best.
But you know why he didn't do that? Because he didn't want to cause Mahiru problems, bro. He did not want to cause Mahiru problems. I think there's value in that.
No, man, he didn't get spicy with no. When his mama came over, he was talking spicy. When his dad came up, he shut the fuck up
because he loves his dad. He loves his dad.
He's the best bitch, bro. He's a coward. He ain't deserve
nothing, bro.
Slam dunk. The only reason he got the girl with depressed, who's depressed, got abandonment issues, who's bored as fuck, and got nothing to do, who's living a lie in school. And he just talks shit to her and feels bad because he talks shit to her. He lucky she ain't kill herself. So he gets sick and she take care of him, and then he appreciates it. Then lies to himself about how he feels when she done put it on the line of like, nigga, I like you. You know I like you. I'm over here every day.
But literally, she set the boundary. She said that I don't see anything there.
Literally, after she kissed him on the cheek, he had the gall. He had the gall to be like, I wonder if she likes me. Like, nigga, she like you, bro. She just kissed you. She been cleaning up your drawers. The fuck is wrong with you? Bro, you can't talk shit about Kazuya. No motherfucking mo, bro.
No.
No,
Kazuya is a bitch, bro.
Bro.
Your best boy is a bitch.
Bro.
That's fine if you think Molly's a bitch too. That's cool. That is what it is.
That out.
All right, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I still find that there's value.
I still got a little bit left for my review. I save it.
This is fun.
His face. I just find true value in the chivalrous nature and the fact that he didn't want to cause problems. He didn't step up because he didn't want to cause problems for the angel. Because even though he knows and something I appreciate. Also, I appreciate something that I don't value and I don't in my life. That private aspect. I'm very much the type of person that when something happens with me and my chick, I will always go and I'll say something to somebody about it. And sometimes that bothers her that she just like, why can't we just have moments to ourselves and you don't say nothing? And I'm like, that's a fair point. And I think that's something that is also a redeeming quality of Amane, that he's got all these moments with this like woman that like that the school absolutely loves and adores.
If he came and gave him smoke or confronted him, he would have shut the fuck up and cowered in his little turtle shell like he fucking did.
But
when they started,
it wasn't about him. His whole thought process with Mahiru is not about him. It's not about him.
He was doing that shit because he's scared. He's scared of them boys. He's scared of them boys. He only talks tough to girls. He's scared of boys. That's why. That's why he didn't want the school finding out. Because his trauma. No, it was literally.
No, it was his trauma. It was him not wanting to cause problems for her. Because of who he was.
He want to cause problems for himself because he's scared, bro. He ran from his last school because he had to spend money on niggas. They ain't beat his ass, bro. Just imagine what somebody do if they raised a fist to him, bro. That man will piss himself. But nah, Mahiru would just jump in the way. I'm not gonna let you do him like that.
So what about Shiki? What about Shiki? Did you like Shikimori's not a cutie?
No, I didn't like it. I couldn't stand Shikimori.
Okay, so you just have just a beef with beta like niggas.
Nah, I don't even believe in beta like niggas.
Well, I mean, that's what you're saying, because you're like, oh, you didn't like Shikimori's not a cutie. I found value in it. Matt found value in Shikimori's not a cutie.
So I can't talk. I watched 3 episodes and dropped it. So I can't speak.
Oh, and it gets worse. It gets worse before it gets better.
Because
from that regard. But there's something to that, bro. Like, this is the way some people are. That's the way they're wired. And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he's like, I think Amane is not totally useless. And he's
if Momiji from Komi Can't Communicate came to that school, I bet you Amane would probably be scared of him too.
I mean, everybody is.
Momiji's a crazy motherfucker. But anyway, I had to give you smoke, bro. I came here specifically to give you that smoke.
It was great.
Mostly him, but
I'm laughing. I'm laughing because a lot.
This is funny. I'm
laughing because a lot of it is absolutely hilarious, and you're not wrong in a lot of your sentiments.
So I apologize for taking time off your docket. My bad, bro.
You're good. You're good.
This is what we anticipated for the last like 6 weeks. We anticipated this debate back and forth.
All righty. All right. Even you asked me who was better than Amane. Let me talk to you. I could have said 9S. I could have said Kazuki Ore Papa. Torfin. It's Torfin. Straight up. Most character progression that he's ever had. And it just carried out through the 12 episodes. Every episode was a change to him. From despair, grief, loss. Is everything about it. He lost his home. He lost his father. He lost a guy that killed his father that he wanted to kill. He lost a father figure who taught him to live life before he died. He has nothing. He said he had nothing left. He didn't have the will to live. Well, people disagreed. He dealt with the trauma. He went basically to hell. See all the people that he killed. All climbing up onto him. The people that he interacted with, basically, especially Askeladd, who taught him to fight his true battle. I say that clip of when he was reaching up for the he left hell, reaching up for the fucking heavens, and when he woke up, the sunlight going down, the visual of that, making friends, learning how to be a human again, his rebirth, his oath to not fight again. We'll get to that whenever he fucking breaks that, but still, he wants that rebirth. He wants to be reborn. He doesn't want to live in that past anymore. And we got all of that. That's why I get growth. True, straight up growth. So that's why, definitely Torfin, bar none.
Yeah, I concur. He was great.
I didn't see it, so I can't say
great point.
I didn't see it, so I can't talk. That's good.
Alrighty. Anyway, guys, thank you we are concluding part 1 here. We're gonna take a couple minutes of a break. When we come back, we're doing our countdown, our spring list, and we're getting the fuck out of here.